the lake is in a comeback of sorts. Future home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's a brand new baseball stadium going up for the Tribe. Just next door, they're building a new home for the Cavaliers as well. That is the Gateway. And just 10 blocks away is the one-year-old Cleveland State Convocation Center, host of tonight's 6th annual National Professional Soccer League's All-Star game. It's live and exclusive on Sports Channel America. You are looking live as the greatest indoor soccer players in the world prepare to entertain you with the unique and wide-open style of play that is the NPSL. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cleveland. I'm Lee Zeidman. We're midway through our weekly schedule of NPSL games on Sports Channel America, but tonight, a special edition coming to you live for the 6th annual All-Star Classic. For the uninitiated, the NPSL puts the emphasis on offense, and we're expecting fireworks tonight. My partner, Dave Johnson's been covering soccer for 10 years. Dave, who do we look for tonight?
Well, I think we have to start with the American Division. Hector Marinero of the Cleveland Crunch. He matched the single-season scoring mark of 180 points in only 28 games. He now has 200 points. Also from the Buffalo Blizzards, Rudy Pikuzinski, a 3-time NPSL MVP. Now for the National Division, how about the pride from Rockhurst College? The Kansas City Attack's John Perry has 132 points. And the Milwaukee Waves, Paul Wright. He has the skill to match the electrifying speed. Keep in mind, the players pick the All-Stars, and that means it's the creme de la carpet. That means take the phone off the hook. It's going to be showtime in the NPSL.
Well, you mentioned the carpet, and in this game, the goalkeepers spend a lot of time there, and I'm not so sure it's an honor to be the target for this practice of the All-Star game.
They're going to be facing some tough shots tonight. For the American Division, Jamie Slaughter. He is the wizard of the Buffalo Blizzards. What can you say? He's appeared in every NPSL All-Star game. And for the National Division, Victor Noguera of the Milwaukee Wave. He has cat-like reflexes. Let's just put it this way. He is fun to watch.
Well, NPSL fans are in for a treat because this will be a high-scoring affair. If you've never seen the NPSL brand of play, you are in for a treat. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the starting lineup and the kickoff of the 6th annual All-Star game, live and exclusive on Sports Channel America after this.
This is a commercial for men. It's about men living longer, looking younger, feeling stronger. It's about Men's Health, the only magazine devoted to what men are concerned about most. Men's Health is full of information you can use every day. Smarter ways to eat, better ways to exercise, easy ways to beat stress, boost energy levels, and look and feel great. Learn how to flatten your stomach without dieting and sit-ups. What to do about thinning hair. How to reduce the signs of aging on your face and body. The diet that's best for your sex life. Every issue uncovers the latest medical and self-improvement breakthroughs and explains what they mean to you. Discover the new aphrodisiacs proven to perk up your sexual desire and performance. Or the astonishing mind machine that tunes up your brain waves to give you greater creativity and deeper relaxation. Men's Health even checks out the newest sports equipment and rates it for you. And you know the facts are straight. Men's Health is from America's leading health and fitness publisher. And now you can get a copy of 101 Men's Health Secrets free when you call for your trial subscription to Men's Health. Find out the secret to losing 10 pounds fast, to cut your cholesterol 30 points in 30 days, to enjoying longer-lasting sex, and 98 other secrets every man should know. For your free book and 9 issues of Men's Health for $16.97, call this toll-free number. There's no risk, no obligation, and you can cancel anytime for a full refund and still keep the book. Try Men's Health today. It's about you, your health, your looks, your relationships. Isn't it about time?
Welcome back to Cleveland, home to professional soccer for over 20 years and a hotbed of both ethnic and American soccer clubs. And now for our starting lineups. Let's go to our public address announcer, Jerry May.
And now, introducing the starters for tonight's game. For the National Division team, from the Milwaukee Wave, goalkeeper number 27, Victor Noguera. For the American Division team, from the Buffalo Blizzard, goalkeeper number 00, Jamie Swanner. For the National Division team, from the Wichita Wings, defender number 15, Kim Rutzbed. For the American Division team, from the Detroit Rockers, defender number 8, Sean Bauer. For the National Division team, representing the Wichita Wings, defender number 2, Terry Woodbury. For the American Division team, from the Baltimore Spirit, forward number 9, Corinne Hunyak. For the National Division team, from the Kansas City Cats, forward number 13, Brian Hayes. For the American Division team, the leading vote-getter among all defenders for the American All-Star team, from the Cleveland Crunch, defender number 5, George Fernandez. For the National Division team, from the Kansas City Attack, forward number 7, John Perry. For the American Division team, the second leading vote-getter among all players, from the Cleveland Crunch and part of the dynamic duo, forward number 16, Zoran Garrett. For the National Division team, from the Chicago Power, midfielder number 10, Otto Marhedic. And for the American Division team, the leading vote-getter among all players, and the second part of the Cleveland Crunch's dynamic duo, forward number 21, Hector Benedetto. Coaches for the National Division team, from the Wichita Wings, head coach Roy Turner, assistant coach Kim Rutzbed. Coaches for the American Division team, from the Baltimore Spirit, head coach Eddie Mueller, assistant coach Mike Stankiewicz. Trainers for this team are from the Cleveland Crunch, Manny Economos and Brian Bachmel.
Also with us tonight, our sideline reporter for tonight's All-Star game, unbiased coach of the Milwaukee Wave, Keith Tozer. What do you expect, Keith?
Well, Lee, it's a game of contrast tonight. The speed of the National Division against the more experienced players in the American Division. First, you have the National Division with speeds of Brian Hayes, John Perry, Terry Woodbury. Then you have the experienced players such as Zoran Carrick, Hector Marinero, and Hunjak for the American Division. Both coaches are eager to win this game tonight. It's their first in the NPSL. They want to win, and they want to win big.
Okay, Keith, our officials for tonight's contest, Steve Olson, Gary Huber, and John Wargo, and the starters all came out with balls for the crowd. They are distributing them among the folks that have packed into the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Oh, my goodness! Dave Johnson with the catch. Here comes another one. Give it back to the folks. We'll get you one later. We are getting ready for kickoff here, and this crowd is really pumped up. And the home crowd especially excited, Dave, about the fact that there are 3 members of the Crunch on the starting 5.
You know, I'm so excited about that catch. That's never happened to me. What do? I throw it back to the crowd. You're exactly right. Hector Marinero, Zoran Carrick, and George Fernandez. And you saw the crowd reaction when they were introduced. You heard the crowd reaction. Interesting to note, last year the game was in Dayton, and the MVP of last year's All-Star game was Tony Bono of the Dayton Dynamo. So often it is a player on his home carpet. He's familiar with the place, and he's happy to be in front of his fans, and he wants to reward the fans for that type of reaction, so he wants to show some stuff. And certainly Hector Marinero may be a leading candidate for the MVP award.
Well, the Cleveland crowd excited to be here tonight. There's something else that's interesting about not just the Cleveland team, but the American Division. When you take a look at the statistics, the scoring leaders in the National Professional Soccer League, of the top 5, 4 of those men are playing for this American Division team. Marinero, his teammate Zoran Karic, Rudy Pikuzinski of Buffalo, Gino DeFlorio of Canton. They are the 4 leading scorers in this league, with John Perry of Kansas City as the 5th player. One other point we want to make. The coach of that national division team, Roy Turner, is wearing a microphone tonight. We'll be able to share in the strategies as he plays a game of chess against an old colleague, an old friend, Kenny Cooper, the coach of the American division. There's real history here, Dave.
There really is some history. These two go back to 1970, playing in Dallas with the old North American Soccer League franchise, the Dallas Tornado, and they've been coaching indoor soccer for the past 12 or 13 years in the same city. Roy Turner in Wichita and Kenny Cooper in Baltimore. So these two have coached against each other for years. They know each other from their playing days, and I think it really does add some spice to the All-Star game.
For the uninitiated, let's get you up to date on the scoring system. Anything can happen on the NPSL. The score is never too much for a team to come back. There are 3-point goals. If you score from outside the yellow line, it's worth 3. Standard goals are worth 2. And then we've got penalty shots and power plays for penalty situations. There's the kickoff, and it is the National Division with the ball. We expect very little time for these teams to settle down. We're hoping to see a lot of passing. We do know we'll see a lot of scoring.
Well, again, every time somebody touches the ball, it's a potential scoring threat. And that really is the difference from a regular season game. All these guys, even the defenders, get into the scoring act. So it'll be really, it should be anyway, a real scoring show. But also keep in mind, we've got the best defenders out here as well.
On the far side, there's the shot, and almost to score across the goal mouth. It's Hunyuk with the ball working against Marhedik. Marhedik with the ball. Taken away, and a shot by Noguera, or saved by Noguera. Now the American division getting things squared away. Sean Bowers pushing it across to Marinero. Here comes Carriage down the wing. Carries it in. No one there to take the pass, though. And the National takes over. Marhedik marked by Bowers.
You were talking about 4 of the 5 leading scorers in the league being a part of the American division, but in the National division, it's actually a stronger defensive division. The Wichita Wings only allow about 10 points a game. You have Victor Noguera has the ball right now, one of the premier indoor goalkeepers in the world. So the National division, it could be argued that they have tougher defenses, and that's why in the American division, you have more of the leading scorers in the league.
Well, Randy Pikuzinski, who's always the threat to score for Buffalo, with an opportunity there, but Noguera beat it away. Here comes Franklin McIntosh of Harrisburg, controlling the ball at midfield. Back to Whitman of Baltimore. They try to get something started for the American division.
Well, this is what Keith Tozer pointed out. He said that Kenny Cooper's bunch will play a slow tempo game, you know, work it around ball possession and look for the high percentage shots. And so far, that's what they're holding to.
McIntosh marked well on the near board. Back out in front it goes as Antonio and Bono play a game of catch.
And again, keep in mind, these players, they've had a practice this morning, but that's about it.
Bono sneaking in, but Noguera out of the box, pushing it away, and here comes the Nationals. Shot wide on Swanner, and out of bounds it goes, so the Americans will take over in their own end.
To extend that point, again, these guys that are all-stars, but they really don't have a chance to practice much, get used to each other, work on line combinations other than these the morning of practices. So it oftentimes it takes at least a quarter to get settled, to get used to different players' tendencies. Now, you know, Cleveland Crunch players, Hector Marinero and Zoran Karic, you'll see them on the same line together for the American division, so they'll have an advantage. And again, they are the top 2 scorers in the NPSL. So again, the American division certainly has the guns, but the National division has the defensive players.
Both teams making line changes, so we have 10 fresh new faces. At midfield, Karic working against Duran. Duran, the defender from St. Louis. Off his shoulder, and the American division gets a free kick from the yellow line. Now remember, a goal scored at or beyond the yellow line is worth 3 points. Let's see if Zoran Karic will go for the goal. Well, it's stopped by the defensive wall, and now the National division trying with a fast break, but it's 2-on-3. Swanner with a save there. And Pikuzinski, that's Rudy. His brother, oh, excuse me, that's DeFlorio. DeFlorio, who's got the same haircut as Rudy Pikuzinski.
If you want to call it a haircut, that's their style, I think.
Well, the national team working it off the board. Swanner way out of the net, and there's the trip. We've got a blue card.
All right, what we're going to have coming up here is a shootout. You look at the replay. Swanner comes out. He feels the pressure, so he feels he's got to come out because the last defender is going to beat. And Swanner is just going to go after the ball, but he's going to end up tripping him up, and that's going to mean a shootout coming up here for the national division and also a power play. So an excellent opportunity.
Two interesting twists in the NPSL. Number one, a shootout for 1 point. It's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and then a power play. But in the NPSL, whoever commits the penalty has to serve the time. So the goalkeeper is into the box. Now Chris Vaccaro, without a warm-up, has to come into the game. The reserve goalkeeper, who plays for the Baltimore Spirit, stepping into the net, and he will be taking this shot one-on-one.
Now this season, Vaccaro's only yielded 11 shootout goals in 35 attempts, so he is very good in these situations. But Vaccaro, as you're right, we didn't expect to see him until the second half, but Jamie Swanner committed the foul on Kevin Hundelt, so he'll have to serve the penalty.
Well, Paul right there, and he is stopped cold by Chris Vaccaro. Impressive work by the veteran goalkeeper for the Baltimore Spirit.
Well, as I said, 35 attempts on Vaccaro this season. He's only allowed 11 shootout goals, and there's an example why. He knows how to play the players, and it was just an excellent defensive move on the part of Paul Wright. And Wright, I think, was looking to see if Vaccaro was out of the box when he touched the ball, but clearly he was within the box. He just grabs it right there, puts his paw on it at the top of the box, and that's all it took. But now a power play.
That's right. They're not finished with Vaccaro now. It's 5-on-4 for 2 minutes with Jamie Swanner looking on from the penalty box while his All-Star teammate Chris Vaccaro must protect the goal in a man-down situation. It went out of bounds, so now the American division will take over at the end line. Back to Vaccaro goes. He can carry it until the edge of his goal box, and then must use footwork to get it out.
It's always interesting in All-Star games with the power plays because you have so much offensive talent there. It really puts a stress on the defenders, and it'll be interesting to see how the American division fares. But again, you got some of the best defenders in the league out there. As you see Tim Whitman, he's got the speed. It looks like he's going to be working out around the perimeter, marking the man with the ball.
Defense just setting up in a diamond. Rebounds are so critical as each team will use the boards as an extra attacker to try and pull the defense away and set up a goal by bouncing shots off the boards. Whitman against Pato Marhetti. That's a matchup we'll be watching throughout the evening. Shot wide. Rebound controlled by Wright. He tried to turn the corner. Couldn't. Good defensive work inside.
Brian Haynes was right there to knife it through for the national division, but he was thwarted.
Sean Bowers putting on an impressive effort.
You got Antonio Whitman, Bowers, and George Fernandez, the defensive unit for the national division.
Now something else to mention. In a power play situation.
Watch this in front of the goal. There you see, that's Bowers. What a great defense. Otherwise, it's a goal for Brian Haynes.
Well, Bowers is also an offensive threat. And should the American division score while a man down, it can be a 2- or 3-point goal. And these guys are capable of taking it the other way and making the most out of this penalty-killing situation.
Well, they've done well so far. 20 seconds left on the power play. But again, Brian Haynes with that shot.
Here's Doyle, who's been one of the hottest feet in the NPSL over the course of the last month. In fact, he's player of the week in the NPSL.
97 points in 18 games. Add that up.
And here's how you can get the points. The scoring system in the NPSL like no other in soccer. 3-point goals can be scored outside the yellow line. 50 feet or better is worth 3. Inside the yellow line is a standard goal worth 2. If it's a power play goal, it's worth 1 point. Of course, preceding power plays are shootouts, which are also worth 1 point. So really, penalties in the NPSL create a 1-on-1 situation. The shootout and then the power play. We are in the final seconds of the power play against the American division caused by the foul on goalkeeper Jamie Swanner. Pato Marhetti instructing Wright to turn. Doyle with the shot. Just a perfect play.
Well, that's just it. Set pieces are excellent scoring opportunities in soccer, and not much that Chris Vaccaro could do in that instance. David Doyle open in the box, and Doyle did an excellent job of finishing. Vaccaro is reacting to it, so Doyle sees he's got to put it in the upper part of the net, and that's what he does. But again, the defense cannot cover everyone here, and Doyle gets free.
Well, that was a very impressive play, and it was Pato Marhetti who was doing all the traffic directing there. A one-point goal because it was in the final seconds of the power play, and the National Division, which has lost the last two All-Star games, leads 1-0. We'll be back with more. 9:45 to play. Stay with us.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League Trading Cards. A complete set, 110 super high-gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL. Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
Welcome back to Cleveland State Convocation Center. We're live from Cleveland, Ohio, the 6th annual NPSL All-Star game. The American Division trailing 1-0 after the goal by David Doyle on the power play. Now all teams are even in the American Division, putting into the attack zone to try and get themselves on the board.
That's David Doyle from Pottermore hitting at 5:15 of the first quarter, and it's strange to say in an All-Star game we'd be talking about a 1-0 game about 5-6 minutes in. But again, that first quarter is a time for these teams to get used to each other and get used to playing with their teammates.
Well, Goran Hunyuk is doing some fancy footwork with the ball now on the far side. There's the shot. Nogueira with the save. And in the NPSL, these goalkeepers are known to loft it the length of the field. In fact, several goalkeepers, including the two we've got starting here tonight, have actually scored while standing in their own end.
And Nogueira has scored with his feet.
There's the shot wide. Nogueira was out of position, but the American Division not on mark.
Not often you see Hector Marinero miss that shot, and I think he's going to think about that one for a few seconds because typically he puts those away. That's how he's got 200 points.
Well, Marinero working deep in the corner, but now Daryl Duran, the player coach of the St. Louis Ambush, pushed it far upfield, and now Jamie Swanner, who's back in goal for the American Division after serving his penalty, puts it to midfield. Sorry, Carriage with the ball. Nice work by Carriage, but the national defense is in good shape with David Doyle. Now right with the ball.
It was good work by Terry Woodbury. He didn't fall for any of Carriage's hijinks and then forced the Carriage to go out wide where Doyle was able to collect it.
Well, Swanner with the lead pass, kicking it for his defenders to pick up. Sean Bowers marking there along. And now Fernandez back to Swanner, and Swanner looking to Tony Bono to bring it up. Bono, last year's MVP of the All-Star game when it was played in Dayton. He'll have to kick it at midfield, and out of bounds it goes.
You look at this again. I mean, Hector Marinero, this is prime scoring territory for him. Nogueira does what he can to cut off the angle, but usually, I mean, Hector had some room to work with it, and usually he puts it away. And again, you're looking at a guy in Hector Marinero this year. Already has 200 points. He shattered the single-season scoring mark in only 28 games. So he's doing it. The guy you're looking at now for the National Division, Brian Haynes, part of the attack of the Kansas City attack. We'll also see John Perry out there tonight as well. Two explosive players.
Rudy Pikuzinski trying to work deep in the national zone was marked very heavily. Well, from one end to the other, the action goes. Swanner delivering it to Tony Bono. Over to Sean Bowers. Call Bowers the Tower of Power Bowers. He's one of the highest scoring defensemen in the game.
And he has no idea how he got that nickname.
Just sounds good.
Now, Nogueira and Swanner, you're looking at goalkeepers here. Nogueira, excellent with the distribution. I mean, he can use his speed. He's got great vision, and it's the same with Swanner.
Well, we talked about using the boards. Pato Marhetic there doing a great job of feeding himself a give and go with the boards, but the American players are there to take it back, and now the national team trying to bring it upfield as they've taken control. Now Swanner there with an impressive stop on Marcelo Carrera, the Chicago Power.
Carrera did well to read Paul Wright's moves and get to that loose ball and almost had a scoring opportunity. And you saw Paul Wright coming upfield for the National Division. He's got the speed, he's got the ball now, but he's also got the shot. He's more than just speed.
A good break here. They're telling him to play on. It looked like a trip. There's it in. It's in. Jamie Swanner victimized by some impressive playmaking by the National Division.
Well, and Marcelo Carrera gets it back, and a great header on his part, and that was Pato Marhetic, I believe, with the assist. So Marhetic and Carrera, the two teammates, hooking up. And again, Marhetic is the player coach of the Chicago Power. There you see him. He finds one of his players right there. And Carrera doing his best seal imitation, just nails it home.
Well, two red jerseys there close to the goal crease, and both trying to put it in with heads. Marhetic, the player coach from Chicago, who's directing traffic and now has had a hand with an assist on both goals that have been scored by the National Division. This one was worth 2 points. Now with 6 minutes 30 seconds to play in the first quarter, it is 3-0 for the National Division.
Should be pointed out, Marhetic holds the NPSL record with 80 assists in a single season. And what's that all about is just skill. He's a playmaker. He's got the moves and he's got the vision.
The Nationals looking for more. There's the shot. Swanner was out there. It went wide.
That was the pride of Rockhurst College we were talking about, taking that shot. John Perry, what a season he's had. 132 points for the Kansas City Attack. You know, it's ironic right now that the National Division leads the American Division 3-0 because we were talking at the outset just about all the scoring stars on this American Division lineup. The fact that 4 of 5 players on the American Division lead the NPSL in scoring, but so far the National equal to the task.
Well, as we also mentioned earlier, the difference perhaps in the two divisions is there's more of an emphasis on defense in the National Division. So the scoring leaders are impressive for individual skill, but it might not be a good read on what we should expect tonight. Certainly hasn't been so far. Woodbury with the long pass in. Now just outside the yellow line is Brian Haynes from Kansas City into Daryl Duran, who takes an elbow in the back, marked by two members of the American Division Club. Hunyuk trying to put out, but there's a shot just off the crossbar. Now the whirling kick, and the National Division able to keep the pressure on. They've got a 4-on-2 if they can capitalize. Shot, no, Whitman. Impressive defense.
Whitman is a tough as nails defender. When there's trouble, he's usually right there to help out. And really, the National Division pressure, you saw the bicycle kick by David Doyle. It has been mostly National Division so far in this first quarter.
Well, the American Division changing up the sides for fresh legs, and they'll try to put the pressure on. Shot wide.
I think every time Hector Marinero gets the ball tonight, you'll be able to tell it'll be that crowd reaction because he's got the moves. You look at Whitman coming up big here for the American Division. They're already down 3-0. Excellent scoring opportunity coming up, and he's right there at the doorstep to banging away because Swanner was not going to get to that shot by Woodbury.
You know, Whitman is a late entry into the All-Star game. He's here replacing an injured Baltimore player, Doug Neely.
Neely's out with an ankle injury. No, he'd love to be here, but certainly Tim Whitman is a more than adequate replacement.
National Division trying to get something started with the ball taken away by the Americans. With the ball, sends it in. A heel pass to Tony Bono didn't work, and now the Nationals working along the boards with the ball. Right to Pato Marhetic, and Marhetic's been the man to watch. He's served up 2 goals so far. There's, he's looking for an assist, but had no one there to take the ball.
I think he thought Marcelo Carrera cut further downfield, and if that had been the case, it would have been another excellent scoring opportunity for the Marhetic-Carrera combination, and so far the Chicago Power being well represented tonight for the National Division.
Well, Roy Turner, the coach of this National Division team, said that he was going to use team speed to its best advantage. He's changing lines more frequently than Kenny Cooper of the American Division, and so far he's working with a 3-0 lead with 3:45 to play. We play 4 quarters of 15 minutes apiece in the NPSL. Right, Swanner, oh my goodness, Swanner just let it go. Right with a 3-point goal, a goal that should not have been. And Jamie Swanner is a much better goalkeeper than we have seen in the early going this evening.
I think he thought somebody was going to trap it, and actually what ends up happening is
it was kicked away.
George Fernandez misdirects it, but that counts as 3 points as long as it's taken from beyond the yellow line. There you see Wright putting it through. And there's the misdirection. It goes in the back of the net, and it's frustration now. A 6-0 ball game for the Nationals. There you get another angle on it, and it's just redirected in the net, and Jamie Swanner can't believe it. And of course, Kenny Cooper, the coach and goalkeeper's got to be frustrated.
We'll be back with more of the NPSL All-Star game after this.
A high cholesterol level is bad for you. On the other hand, there's good cholesterol. Does that remark confuse you too? Because there are many contradictory statements on health thrown at you every day, you need the Wellness Letter, the University of California, Berkeley newsletter on nutrition, fitness, and stress management. Delivered once a month, the Wellness Letter sorts out fact from fiction and makes the confusing understandable. Written in easy-to-read language, it's vital information the whole family can benefit from. Call today for your free issue and also receive free this 48-page book, Wellness Made Easy. 101 tips to start you on the wellness path now. Call 1-800-238-3100. We'll bill you $15 for 11 more issues. If you're not satisfied, return your bill marked cancel. You keep the free issue and the exclusive book, Wellness Made Easy. Call 1-800-238-3100. That's 1-800-238-3100.
Welcome back to the National Professional Soccer League All-Star Game, Cleveland State Convocation Center in Cleveland. I'm Lee Zeidman along with Dave Johnson. It's a kids' game. They make up a large part of the crowd. It's a family affair, in fact. So far, the greatest soccer show on earth, indoor style at least, has produced a 6-0 lead for the National Division with 3 minutes 37 seconds to play. Jamie Swanner has been victimized twice this evening. Once he was put in the box for a penalty and the National Division got a goal. Then a 3-point score when one of his defenders deflected the ball away from him and into the net. But now the American Division with the kickoff has got a chance to get on the board. Tim Whitman there off the boards working against 2 national defenders.
In indoor soccer, the goals can come in a hurry, and so a 6-0 deficit is really nothing, especially in the All-Star game, because often what you will see in All-Star games is ebbs and flows, a lot of shifts in momentum, because it's just the way things go. The players are kind of having fun. There are going to be intense moments tonight, and I think we'll see even more intensity in the second half as one team or the other senses a chance of victory. But really, a 6-0 lead at this point is nothing for the National Division.
Well, we've got bodies falling left and right, and the officials telling us to play on. And here's the scoring summary. At 5:15 on a power play, David Doyle for the Nationals made it 1-0. Then Carrera at 8:26 with a 2-point goal, and Wright with a 3-point goal at 11:23, and it is 6-0. The national team now with the free kick and looking for more. Jamie Swanner, the shot, and it bounced off Swanner, almost in. Saved there by his defender, Denzel Antonio.
Antonio did well to swiftly get that out of there because, again, otherwise the Swanner might have been having to collect that out of the back of his net.
Here comes McIntosh of Harrisburg. The shot! Oh, Pikuzinski was waiting for the feed, but the ball was wide and he couldn't turn on it. But the Americans still control.
McIntosh elected to go to Antonio, which was a good choice. Antonio was wide open, but also Antonio was off balance as he was making the cut. And had he been on balance, he would have had certainly a better shot at finishing that for a goal.
Well, McIntosh releasing the ball and going off as the American Division changes up for fresh legs. And Kenny Cooper also changing some of the alignments here, trying different pairings and trying to get something started for the American Division club that trails 6-0 with 2 minutes 11 seconds to play in this first quarter. There's Kenny Cooper, the Baltimore Spirit coach, who is
assistant Mike Stankovich right next to him. You haven't lived until you see Mike Stankovich dance to Achy Breaky Heart.
There's a shot, and Aguirre is there to take care of it.
Bad knee and all, he can dance to that.
Aguirre drives the ball upfield. American Division tries to take care of it, but right with the header, puts it into Jamie Swanner, and as we see from the angle that the goalie sees the contest.
Swanner's got to be watching carefully at this point the action at midfield, and that's where plays start. And so Swanner cannot just sit back on his heels, as often happens in an outdoor game. In an indoor game, midfield's where it's all happening.
Now DeFlorio and Kerridge trying to get something started. Zoran Kerridge marked by 2 defenders, and the ball went back to midfield. Fernandez now tried to pass it to a teammate at midfield. Sean Bowers was there, had to head it away, but Fernandez rather, is pushed a little, and the Cleveland crowd doesn't like it. He's one of their heroes. Shot wide. No one there for the rebound, and Kerridge will try to get the American offense started again.
Yeah, Bowers did not miss that by much.
We're under a minute in the first quarter. The American division has yet to score. Nogueira out, gives it a kick, but the control remains with the American division. Bobby D'Annunzio took the ball. D'Annunzio with a shot just wide.
The American division is doing a nice job of working around good ball control offense. You saw Gino DeFlorio juggling the ball. I mean, there's a lot of good work on the part of the American division. They just don't have the finishing right now.
Well, the crowd going crazy for Hector Marinero. The leading scorer in this league from Cleveland just stepped onto the floor, and we'll take a corner kick now for the American division. The Nationals tied up Marinero now inside the box.
I think what we have here is a foul coming up on Victor Nogueira. He's going to have to come out as Marinero makes. Well, actually, look at the chance before. This is D'Annunzio, who had a chance to put it home, but it went into the corner. And so we're going to get a timeout coming over the American division, and a wise choice on Kenny Cooper. You have a chance to talk over a set piece.
While soccer is a game of ebb and flow and creativity, timeouts and stoppages of play give an opportunity for coaches to draw plays, and something we see a great deal. Let's go to the National Division bench and listen to Roy Turner plot the defensive strategy.
Terry, come on. Huh? Daryl! And either Brian Paul, we want one forward, all right? One forward. Brian, come on in. Hey! Let's get it. Watch Hector and Zoran, all right? That's what you've got to watch, Hector and Zoran. And Brian, if you get it, you two break like crazy, all right? You two break. Got it?
Roy Turner talking about the speed. He wants the advantage of speed. They'll keep an eye on Marinero and try to break it back the other way.
Well, it's a very simple strategy. That's clear all-star strategy. If we get the ball, break like crazy, he says. And, of course, Hector Marinero and Zoran Kerridge, I mean, those are classic indoor soccer finishers, and Roy Turner's right. I mean, that's who, percentage-wise, you expect to get the ball on this set piece. Kerridge will be taking the free kick coming up here just to the left of the box, in effect almost like a corner kick for the American division. And again, we've already seen it tonight, set pieces, excellent scoring opportunities.
Let's see what Kerridge has in mind. Over to Pikuzinski, who's stopped cold by the defenders for the National Division. But Whitman has got the ball, the shot, and goal! Whitman with the blast. And he's got the spirit now.
That's right, Whitman getting the goal, but Gino DeFlorio gets a lot of credit for helping those 2 points get on the board. He receives the ball from DeFlorio and bangs it home because DeFlorio had some players on his left side, but he elected to put it across field to Whitman on the right side. And Whitman, a left-footed shot, and that is just classic finishing because you're going up against one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and he beats Victor Nogueira, who just could not get a good read on it.
With just 15 seconds left in the first quarter, the American division is on the board. 6-2 the score. The kickoff is pushed deep into the national end, and Victor Nogueira with the bomb trying to get his offense started. With Bowers with the header. And now here's Hector Marinero with the drive into the attack zone, and time has run out in the first quarter of play. Both these clubs feeling each other out. The National Division moving in front. We'll be back with the second quarter of the NPSL All-Star game on Sports Center America after this.
Can't get enough of America's first World Cup? You will in Soccer America. How about our national team and the Olympics? Soccer America delivers.
I've been reading Soccer America ever since I went head-to-head against Pelé back in the 70s. I like Soccer America because it profiles personalities, it reports on the pro, college, women's, and international scenes, and focuses on the very pulse of soccer in America.
Call toll-free to learn more about Soccer America, the USA's only national soccer weekly. 18 issues, just $19.94. Call 1-800-453-6500 now.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Hat-Trick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League Trading Cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
There are a lot of smart reasons to apply for the American Express card. Just call the number below.
And then a canceled flight won't leave you stranded.
I can't believe they canceled our flight.
It'll be fine. This is a great day. It's a beautiful drive.
Because unlike a bank card, the American Express card has no preset spending limit.
You can apply right over the phone.
With the American Express card, you're in control. You pay your bill in full. There's no revolving debt, no outrageous interest. You stay out of that trap.
So call the number below. You can apply right over the phone.
I still don't know where I lost that wallet. My whole life was in it. Pictures, license.
So we're on bread and water?
No. New card.
If you ever lose the card or it's stolen, you can get a replacement in 24 hours.
Don't delay. Call the number below and apply now.
Your friend.
My friend?
Yeah, the one that you said that you asked if she could say that. Everything I get, he tries to sell, you know.
Oh,
Oh, what a cute dog. You like it?
Anybody hear from Bill? He called Tuesday and said he couldn't decide whether he should buy or rent.
Literally, the dog is winding around and around her legs. Like, great, a dog.
Welcome back to the NPSL All-Star game, live and exclusive on Sports Channel America. We're about to begin the second quarter of play. The National Division leading the Americans 6-2. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Milwaukee Wave coach Keith Tozer. Keith, what surprised you about that first quarter?
Well, what surprised me was that I thought the American Division team was going to be knocking the ball around a little bit better. They weren't stringing too many passes. They weren't stringing too many passes together. They were losing the ball on transition. Then the National Division team, with their speed up front, caused 2 goals really just through their high pressure. So I think the American Division's got to come out. They got to string some passes together and also be very dangerous on their set pieces, which Kenny Cooper had a great timeout. He set the set piece up. They lost the ball, and then Tim Whitman scored.
Okay, Keith Tozer, our sideline reporter, who works for a living as coach of the Milwaukee Wave.
I think he makes a good point about the American Division. I mean, you have so many skilled players, and you expect the American Division with those skilled players to be able to put a lot of passes together, be able to control the tempo of the game. Instead, that was not the case. And maybe you attribute to that to the fact that some players are not familiar with each other. But Kenny Cooper, you know, is a very talented coach. He's good at motivating the players. And I think you're going to see a different effort from the American Division. I think we already have seen that in the closing moments of the first quarter is finally the American Division getting on the board.
Well, we've switched ends, but our goalkeepers remain the same. So now it is the National Division attacking the goal at the left end of the field, the American Division attacking the goal at the right end of the field. The National Division wearing red tonight, and the American Division in white and blue. Figueroa with the drive deep, but it's headed away by Sean Bowers. And now Goran Hunyik from Spirit working against Kim Rundved of Wichita.
Kim, the player's assistant coach, Danish Dynamite, they've called him over the years, originally from Denmark, and been a great ambassador for the game of the United States.
Well, we've got a foul on the far side, and it looks like the National Division will take over about 12 feet outside the yellow line. Otto Marhetic, kick over to right. There's George Fernandez, marked closely but controlling the ball. Marhetic and Fernandez scrambling for the ball. It's Marhetic who pushed the ball to center field, but the foul on him gives the possession over to the American division. Now here we go the other way. Ball inside the box, but Swanner picks it off. The long pass to Hunyu. He's marked closely. Now a little give and go, but the ball doesn't go far enough for the American division to get a foot on it.
Great effort defensively by Kim Rundved to prevent the pass from Hunyak to Marinero. Two highly skilled players for the American division, but Rundved able to shut them down.
An opportunity missed there as McIntosh couldn't get inside to get a foot on it. Here goes the ball the other way. Haynes, the pass off the board to Paul Wright, Milwaukee. Now back in front of the national box. And the Nationals change up players with the ball just in front of their own bench. McIntosh tries to steal, but can't get it. Hundelt is marked and the ball stopped by Denzel Antonio. And Swanner picks it up off the boards, and he looks long. Zoran Karic working along the near board. Out to Antonio. There's McIntosh, the all-time leading scorer in the NPSL, who's got a very powerful shot. Here's a look at the American Division standings. Baltimore, the top team in the division, but they've been struggling of late. Their lead now just 2 games over Buffalo, and that Harrisburg club led by Franklin McIntosh is only 3 games out. There's McIntosh. He goes over for a rest. Now Noguera of Milwaukee Wave making the pass as Doyle attempts to get it to the National Division. There's a shot by Carrera, but Swanner is in control, and they'll work it upfield. Swanner to Bono. Back into the American end it goes. Carrera battling Antonio. Doyle, who's got a big shot. With the shot, Swanner batted it away. And the pressure just keeps coming. These National Division guys don't let up.
A tremendous save on the part of J.B. Swanner, and a great half volley by David Doyle, and explains why he has 97 points in only 18 games of the St. Louis Ambush. Tremendously skilled player. He's got the moves to create space, but he's also got a big foot when he has to finish.
Bobby D'Annunzio feeds it into the national end, and the American Division trying to get something started. Zoran Karic working against 3 defenders. Whitman playing catch. D'Annunzio trying his best to get something started, and he was a key in the only goal the Americans have. Bono, an opportunity, but just couldn't get the shot off. He had a few openings there, but was off balance. Here's Pato Marhetic. He's been the traffic cop and the genesis of all the scoring, it seems, for the National Division. Daryl Duran working with Perry. Marked closely. Marhetic now at midfield. Noguera getting involved. Rundved. Suddenly the national team playing more like the American team.
Actually playing more like the American team would probably like to play. I mean, the National Division so far has accomplished, I think, everything they probably would like to set out to do, and that's why they have the 6-2 lead. They're stringing the passes together, working the ball well, and they have the balance of the scoring opportunities.
Well, the big guns are back out. Pikuzinski in the corner. And there's Marinero. If he can turn and fire, he'll try. 3 defenders, though, stop that idea. And Marhetic has picked it up along the boards to right, but it's knocked away by Fernandez of Cleveland. Here comes the American Division. Pikuzinski tried to take the feed inside, but it was knocked away by Daryl Duran. Here comes Haynes. Shot wide. Marhetic controls. Taken away by Gino DeFlorio. Here comes Pikuzinski, rather. Off the boards it goes. Sean Bowers takes the piece of carpet. And back comes Wright. Looking to run fed. He trips and can't control. And the National Division will set things up as they make a change. They'll hold the ball at midfield and bring out fresh legs. Woodbury, marked by Pikuzinski. Pikuzinski taking the fall. Hundelt from St. Louis trying there. Terry Woodbury right in Jamie Swanner's face, but Swanner doesn't seem to mind. George Fernandez of Cleveland taken off the ball by Woodbury. The header at midfield, Denzel Antonio and David Doria. Back to the goalkeeper. And the American Division tries to serve again. The one thing you notice, the referees stay out of the way generally. And we hear a lot of play on instead of a lot of whistles. And these guys really bang into each other. Soccer is not supposed to be as physical a game as the NPSL makes it. And I think that has a lot to do with the excitement, Dave.
Although I don't think tonight you're going to see as much physical play as you would see in a regular season game. And this is a game for fun. Everyone wants to have a chance to showcase their skill. And you're not going to see anybody use, or you shouldn't see anybody taking a tackle from behind or really going after somebody hard into the corners, because they have playoffs to think about, more important things in terms of success-wise in the All-Star game. The All-Star game is all about fun. I mean, the players, for the most part, given a lot of room to work with, although they're Terry Woodbury sandwich.
Hunyuk with the steal. There's the score! Very pretty play between Denzel Antonio and Zoran Karic.
Karic getting the goal, the assist to Goran Hunyuk at the 7-12 of this second quarter, and that's a big one for the American Division, because now they close it to within a 2-point game. Two highly skilled players, Hunyuk and Karic isn't going to miss that. I mean, he'd get that 10 out of 10. He's just got a wide open net to work with.
It's a tradition in the NPSL. Whenever the home team scores, they loft a few souvenir balls into the stands. And while the fans enjoy the souvenirs, we'll take a break. The National Division's lead cut to 2. We'll be back after this.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League trading cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL. Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
It's a game of speed, it's a game of power, and that means you're tired. 6-4 the score. The National Division leading the American Division. The Americans are making a comeback, having trailed at one point in this game 6-0. They've scored the last 2. This contest tightening up in this second quarter. The National Division is attacking the goal on your left. They are in red. The Americans wearing white jerseys and blue shorts are attacking the goal on the right. Goal deep, driving it in. The defenders there. Everyone using their head at this point. Now Jamie Swanner laying it out. Tony Bono. The MVP of last year's All-Star game is taken down, but the band plays on, according to the official. Here comes Kim Rutbed. The shot, and the score! Swanner got a foot on it. It rolled up his leg and into the upper left corner of the goal.
That's the case with Kim Rutbed. He's got that rocket foot. He's got a tremendous shot. We talked about how the defenders could jump right up there and get involved in the offense. And it's a case where Jamie Swanner's wondering now which way is Ronfed going to go? Is he going to go to Carrera? And Carrera was cutting to the right, but instead Ronfed pulled them all and just took the shot. He had Haynes and Carrera on either their wing. Swanner's got to watch everything. And he actually tried to commit to his right, as you see it from another angle. And Ronfed plows it home.
Well, it didn't take long for the national team to get back on the board. It's Rutbed unassisted at 8 minutes 4 seconds of the second quarter. 8-4 our score. You're watching the NPSL All-Star game. It's live from the Cleveland State Convocation Center. I'm Lee Zeidman along with Dave Johnson, and our sideline reporter tonight is Keith Tozer, coach of the Milwaukee Wave. Here comes a good opportunity for the National Division. The shot goes wide, but David Doyle chasing it down along the boards. We'll try to get things started again. He's taken down. No call by the official.
You see some of these takedowns, and that was a good, clean sliding tackle on the part of Tony Bono. And if you're not familiar with soccer at first glance, it may look rather painful, it may look like even like a foul, but it's just the way it is. You go after the ball, and as long as you get the ball, it's clean. And it was clean in the case there of Tony Bono and the challenge on Doyle.
Well, Denzel Antonio drove it inside where Franklin McIntosh and Tony Bono worked to control together. Bono sitting down and almost tripped David Doyle. We don't have a penalty. We do have a direct kick.
Well, Brett Hall just plain and simple holding up the offensive progression for the American Division. Excellent call on the part of the official, and a free kick coming up here for the American Division.
That's Zoran Karic, who will kick off over to Franklin McIntosh, who's got a powerful shot. Nogueira with the catch. Whitman just doesn't have the height to try to hit that away from Nogueira.
Again, good defense on the part of Brett Hall as he blocked that shot. Hall, the oldest player from the Chicago Power, 36 years old and still going strong.
Here comes Karic in the American Division again. He's marked by Daryl Duran of St. Louis and taken down, and they'll get a free kick out of that. Now you try and catch a ball coming down at you like this. Here's the height differential. Tim Whitman can't jump high enough to take the ball away from Nogueira. A nice grab by the goalkeeper. Back to live action we go. McIntosh in the corner, the feed to Karic, but Nogueira is right there with a soft shot into his legs.
That's those cat-like reflexes by Nogueira. He is just great at making the last-second reaction to come up with a save.
Well, we have a timeout from the National Division bench as they'll try to plot some strategies. With the score 8-4, 5 minutes 32 seconds. NPSL All-Star game live and exclusive on Sports Channel America. Stay with us.
It's a great-looking camera you have. Where'd you get it? No, don't tell me. One of those specialty camera shops. Wait, I'll bet it's a big-name department store. I'll bet it set you back a bundle.
Actually, no.
Introducing the Nippon 35mm focus-free camera. The hot shoe is synchronized for electronic flash, a 50mm lens, and a tripod mount. It also comes with a convenient neck strap, a deluxe leatherette carrying case, a professional 50mm sunshade, and a 2-year unlimited warranty. With all these features, you'd think this camera would cost over $100. Well, think again. Call right now, and the first 10,000 customers who order the Nippon camera will also get 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. The simple, lightweight, and affordable Nippon 35mm camera and 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. This no-fuss camera can be yours for only $19.95.
Say, where can I get one?
Just pick up the phone and call.
Coming up at halftime, we'll go live into both locker rooms. We'll interview Commissioner Steve Paxos of the NPSL about some new developments. And we'll check in with Keith Tozer's interviews. That's coming up at halftime of the NPSL All-Star game. It's live and it's exclusive on Sports Channel America. National Division in red leading the American Division in white 8-4 with 5 minutes 30 seconds to play in the second quarter. Victor Nogueira has been up to the task thus far for the National Division. He sends it long. And it's taken away. Denzel Antonio, the drive to Rudy Pikuzinski. He's got a chance. Nogueira is there to make the stop, and the other way it goes. Well, Pato Marhetic with the ball. He's marked well and decides to return and regroup. Jim Rundfed with the ball. Jamie Swanner. The long pass. Taken away by Rundfed after the little touch pass from Marhetic. Rundfed bounced into the glass. Swanner, the long bomb for his teammates. D'Annunzio, the pass to Kaczynski, who just couldn't turn and fire on it. That's DeFlorio. DeFlorio is tripped, and away it goes. Rundfed looking for help. Has Haynes on the left. Delivers the ball. He's marked by Whitman. Back to Pato Marhetic. And on come fresh legs for the national team. David Doyle. Nogueira. Along the boards it goes with Tom Sohn. He's smashed against the boards once or twice, and now it's a foul. We'll have a free kick for the national division.
There's DeFlorio going down. That was one that probably got away with a free kick coming up here for the national division.
Well, Carrera put the ball off of Pikuzinski. It's in the hands of Swanner, who looks for Whitman to bring it up. Across it goes to Sean Bowers as the defenders try to get something started for the American division. Marinaro, the star of this Cleveland team, delivers it to his teammate Zoran Karic, who drives inside, but there are 4 red shirts there to take the ball away. Lauren Hunyuk doing a fine job of staying with the ball, but the national division making the American division work to keep possession. Whitman the drive inside, and Nogueira has no trouble with it.
Nogueira is so good in the defensive third and so good especially in his own box, and you see it there. He's got tremendous coordination, and when he's standing up and not off balance, he's very hard to beat.
Marcelo Carrero with some dancing there. The pass off the boards to Duran, but he couldn't do anything with it. Now Duran, the back pass off the heel, but it's the American division that grabs the ball away. Karic is looking for foul. Karic with the shot! Oh, a goal! He had Sean Bowers on the corner, and that's what all the defense thought he was going to do, and he just put it away. Beautiful play.
But with that much net to work with, he's like a shark who sees blood. I mean, there's no way he's going to pass that ball. He's just going to bang it home. He's on the fly. He's got room to work with, and that's why he still is second in the league in scoring despite missing 7 games. And Victor Nogueira, I mean, the velocity of that shot, he has no time to extend that far to even block it or deflect it, much less make a save.
Yeah, Nogueira flinched and the ball was in the net. And suddenly, the lead is cut to 2. 8-6 the score now, with 2 minutes, 48 seconds to play in the first half. So the national team with the kickoff. Karic is unassisted at 12-12. Hundle working at the board. There's Perry. He's marked closely. Bono takes it away. Swanner now. Denzel Antonio. Back to his goal keep, who tries to get something started. Tony Bono's at midfield asking for the ball. He'll get it, but it's kicked away from behind. Now that's a foul on Hall. And the American division gets a free kick.
Well, Brett Hall getting a foul on that. When you come in from behind, you got to get the ball, otherwise you are going to get a foul. That's the case with Hall.
The pass into Pikuzinski, who gets a foot on it. He's marked closely by Duran, who puts a foot on it. Out of the offensive third it goes. Haynes fighting Antonio for the ball. Now Perry, and back close to the yellow line it goes on the American side. Pikuzinski midfield. There's Fernandez, who's knocked down, and we've got a card. George Fernandez, in pain at midfield, had his legs taken out by Perry. And Perry from Kansas City is going to take a trip to the box, and we will have a shootout and a power play. You don't want to see anybody get hurt in the All-Star game. Here's the play.
Well, Perry caught a lot of traffic. I don't think it was a malicious foul on the part of John Perry. He was trying to get to the ball. And you're going to see him coming here. and he's going to make a late charge on Fernandez. He's going to take him down, and clearly there's not much of the ball he can get. And this will set up a shootout attempt, and now the American division has a chance to close to within 1 point. And who are you going to give it to in Cleveland?
Well, Hector Marinero, the league's leading scorer, will take the shot for his teammate, George Fernandez, who was fouled. The crowd excited to see Marinero with the shot and the score. And it's a 1-point game. The American division pulling to an 8-7 score with 1:52 to play. And we are about to go on a 2-minute power play. The national division will be forced to play 5-on-4. Marinero throwing the traditional souvenir ball far into the stands.
Well, you look at the replay, I mean, Marinero with ice water in his veins, and that's why he's such a great finisher. He's so calm, cool, collected. He doesn't care that it's Victor Nogueira, one of the world's best indoor goalkeepers. He just does what he has to do and takes 2 steps and fires, and as long as it's a good shot, not much Nogueira can do there.
So the national division will take the kickoff, but they'll play a man down for 2 minutes. Well, Fernandez, a big star here in Cleveland, appears to be okay, and that has pleased the Cleveland crowd, who split the applause between Marinero scoring a goal and Fernandez being fit as a fiddle and hopefully ready to return for his next shift. Marinero will quarterback the power play.
Talk about momentum shifts in this game. The American division did to close out this half on the power play and actually start the second half with the power play, and they're now...
Oh, impressive roundhouse, Marinero!
Well, we talked about it being showtime in the NPSL, and if there's one guy that'll make it showtime, it's Hector Marinero. He took the feed from Sean Bowers. And few guys can do that, what we just saw there. Now he's going to rile up the crowd, and it's his crowd anyway. I mean, that is the artistry of Hector Marinero. That is why, in only 28 games, he was able to shatter the single-season scoring mark. Goes up in the air. What are you going to do here? Just climb up and get it. Little scissors kick. It's in the net. Good night.
Beautiful goal, and we have a tie game at 8 apiece. With 1:23 left to play in this first half. Both teams are even now, as the goal by Marinero for 1 point erases the time remaining on the penalty. Pikuzinski knocking it away at midfield. Rentfed driving deep. Tough marking along the boards there. The American division, Tony Bono takes it away and starts to run upfield, but Rentfed stops the pass for Pikuzinski. Now the Americans have it again. Pikuzinski deep inside by himself. He's got Whitman there, and McIntosh if he can feed it. McIntosh! Oh, what a save by Nogueira!
A little bit of help there, I think, also by the woodwork is McIntosh, great half volley.
Bowers with the powerful shot. Nogueira there again. Off the boards it goes, a foot race, and McIntosh pushes down a let's take a look at the action.
You see the shot there by McIntosh, and that just rattles right off the crossbar and out, and that's where a goalkeeper has to go back and thank his woodwork.
Well, Pato Marhetic taken down along the boards. The officials don't get involved. Tony Bono dancing with it. And there'll be a foul on Doyle, who grabbed Bono, and the American division takes over the ball deep in their own turf. Coming up at halftime, we'll go live to the locker rooms, and we'll also have a conversation with NPSL Commissioner Steve Paxos. So don't go away. 15 seconds to play. Let's see if the American division can get something going here in the remaining seconds. Big shot by Zoran Terence, but it is mighty high and into the upper deck. Ordinarily, you don't take the ball home when you get it, but I guess at the All-Star game, the kids have their own ideas.
Well, I think it'll eventually be put back into play, but they throw out the mini balls, and it was a great thing at the start of the game when all the players each had a souvenir ball to kick out to the fans. I actually caught one, but using wise judgment, gave it to one of the paying customers.
Yeah, very wise judgment. I think we can get one from Kendis for you rather than have your life threatened. 5 seconds to play, and Sean Bowers heads it away as time runs out. on the first half of the NPSL All-Star game, and you can't ask for a closer contest than this. After one half of play, the score tied at 8. The National and American divisions tied in their collision. We'll be back with our halftime festivities. You're watching the NPSL All-Star game exclusively on Sports Channel America. Don't go away.
Want the bald facts about hair loss? It's not some dread disease. The problem is you just don't look as good. Hollywood's secret is Couvre. It's so natural looking, no one could possibly tell. This is me without Couvre. And here I am with Couvre. Amazing, isn't it? Couvre is a gentle cream specially formulated to darken your scalp, neutralize its shine, and thicken your remaining hair. It's so undetectable, all you see is hair. Here's my friend Gil before, here's Gil after, and here's the comparison. This is Bruce before, here's Bruce with Couvre, and here's the side-by-side. You have nothing to lose except the look of thinning hair. So get Couvre. It works.
For rush delivery, call 1-800-733-2600 or send $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping to Couvre, 10 Bay Street, Westport, Connecticut.
Welcome back to the NPSL All-Star game. At halftime, we have a contest that is tied at 8. I'm Lee Zeidman along with Dave Johnson. And Dave, we've gotten pretty much, I think, what we expected after a slow start in this All-Star contest.
Well, I think things are starting to liven up a little bit. We've seen the artistry of Hector Marinero in an even game. Again, both teams evenly balanced. You know, it's hard to pick All-Star teams, predict who will control things, and really it's who probably has the momentum towards the end of the game that'll be the difference.
Well, the momentum in the late stages of the first half certainly belonged to the American division. After a 6-0 deficit, they erased it and finished with a tie at 8. And now you're looking live at the American division locker room. Jamie Swanner exhorts his teammates and they discuss strategy. Let's listen in.
Guys, let's just take it a little bit personal, all right? It took us a half a quarter game there to start taking it personal. And though it's an all-star game, all right, we didn't win some tackles, and then we have to get down and realize it. Then everybody starts to win tackles. I'm not just talking about defenders here, front players too, all right? Well done, Goran, out there with a tackle. Now, you've got to get people isolated. The only time we get ourselves in trouble is when we get the ball, we all go running past Z. We go running past him, okay? We take the space away and everything. And then we're looking for the perfect setup. Hit some shots, take some shots. On all night.
Kenny Cooper, the coach of the American division, telling his team they need to take this game personally. You know, it's an all-star game, but it's not just for fun, Dave.
Well, it's the pride of the American division on the line. He's also telling his players, go ahead, take some shots. You can't always work for the perfect setup, and everyone's not used to working with one another. So if you see a shot, go ahead and take it, because chances are your teammate may not be cutting where you think he's cutting.
Well, it's certainly in a more intense locker room than I expected. The American division did a fine job of erasing that 6-0 deficit. They bounced back, they dominate the second quarter, and now a tie game, and we'll see just how hot they'll come out in the second half.
I think it'll be interesting to see how they come out, because the national division is still playing a strong game of soccer, still putting the passes together, still putting the attacks together. The difference is the American division is starting to shut them down more on defense, whereas early in the game, the national division had several counterattacks that led to scores.
Well, Hector Marinero, the Cleveland star, with the most impressive effort of this game so far, and it was some show.
No question. He just climbs up and gets it on the scissors kick. Actually, a national division, the defender Kim Rundfeld helping him out here as he goes down to make the block, and it actually tees up Hector Marinero. But few players have the agility and coordination to finish like Hector Marinero, and who knows, we could see Hector Fest coming up in the second half, because he certainly is an electrifying player. And I know the crowd here in Cleveland, they want to see Hector really turn it on in the second half and go after an MVP in the All-Star game here on his home carpet.
Well, Marinero simply took over that second quarter. Shootout, he scores the goal, then the tremendous scissors kick gets the penalty point. 2 points for Marinero in the first half, and that lit up this crowd. You can sense how excited they are. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more halftime festivities here at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. It's the NPSL All-Star Game on Sports Channel America.
Do you suffer from arthritis, backache, sciatica? Well, help is on the way.
In fact, it's already here. Thousands of people have already found relief from the aches and pains using the original massage cushion from Thera FX. This just looks like an ordinary cushion, but it's special because inside there's 2 D-size batteries and they will last for about 3 months of luxurious use. As soon as you apply pressure, the cushion gently vibrates and provides relief where you need it most. Pop your feet on top and the cushion will stimulate the nerve endings in the soles of the feet. This helps increase the circulation, so it's marvellous if you suffer from cramps in the legs or cold feet. My mum uses hers for arthritis in the knees and she swears by it. Position your pillow anywhere along the spine to relieve that dreadful nagging backache. It'll gently ease that pain away. Feels good too.
Oh, it's great. I did my back in at work about 8 months ago. It's fixed me up a treat.
For sciatica, place it underneath the thigh, like this. But my favourite is between the shoulders while I'm watching TV. It's a great way to relieve stress and tension, and it really relaxes you. It's lovely.
I've got arthritis, and as soon as the aches and pains start, I just use my massage pillow, and the pain soon goes.
Because there's no plugs, no wires, and no noise, your massage cushion will provide relief anytime and anywhere. Keep one on the sofa, and don't forget to take one in the car for long journeys. The cushion makes a fabulous gift, but they're not available in the shops. Here's how to order your massage cushion from Thera FX.
For rush delivery, call 1-800-992-3998. That's 1-800-992-3998. Or send $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping to Massage Pillow, P.O. Box 7373, Department A, Libertyville, Illinois, 60048 to receive yours. Order now. Call 1-800-992-3998.
Welcome back to the NPSL All-Star Game. It's tied at 8 at halftime. Festivities continue here at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Let's go downstairs to our sideline reporter, Keith Tozer, who's standing by with coach of the National Division squad, Roy Turner. Keith?
Thanks, Lee. I have Roy Turner here, the head coach from the National Division All-Stars. Roy, early on in the first quarter, your team was counterattacking. You were using the speed that you were talking about early on in the game. And it seemed like towards the second quarter, that you guys weren't running that much and were counterattacking.
Well, I think one of the things we got wrong with Keith, when we were going forward, we were tending to be square as opposed to keeping some depth in the way we attack. Every time the ball gets cut out, they're on the fast break going back the other way, and obviously with the great finishes they've got us in trouble.
In the second half, you're going to have to change some lines up, or you're going to go stick with the same ones that you've been playing with?
We're going to mix it up a little bit. Some of the guys are feeling a little niggly injuries and so forth, but you know, we want to have everybody ready for the fourth quarter because I believe that's when the game's going to be decided.
We were talking about free kicks at the beginning of the game. They scored one off a free kick, which Tim Whitman had on the back post. I think your team's looking dangerous on the set pieces. How important would they be in the second half?
Oh, I think they still could decide this contest, but I believe that when you've got players of this talent, you've got to give them something, and players of this talent see that something, and all of a sudden they capitalize. I think you've seen it at both ends of the field. It could dictate the outcome of the game.
Thanks, Roy, and back to you, Lee.
Welcome back. We're standing here with Commissioner Steve Paxos of the NPSL, and we need to congratulate the commissioner. Today, the owners of the league extended his contract by 5 years, and under your tutelage, Steve, this league has really grown. Some expansion teams this year. What are the plans for the future?
Well, I had a lot of help, great ownership, great staff in the front office. Expansion is an all-time high right now. Interest, it has peaked. There's been a number of groups that have shown interest in the NPSL, and we're hoping to make some announcements maybe in the next 60 to 70 days.
13 teams in the league currently. How big can this league go?
Well, we have a long way to go yet. I like to see maybe 28, 5-10 years from now.
The scoring system, I think, is what's so fascinating about this game. No team is really ever out of an NPSL game.
That's true. The 3-2.1 system makes the game exciting. It's something that brought back the NBA to life when they were struggling back in the early 80s. So why not duplicate success?
Well, certainly an American flavor to this game is one of the emphasis you have put on this franchise, this league.
I'm so proud of all the American kids to finally have a chance to play for money. For people that are watching this game tonight, you can see that we have the best players in the country, if not the world. There's some unbelievable talent down there, and it's actually due time that the American player has a chance to compete on the national and the world level.
Well, certainly the American fans are getting the opportunity to sample the NPSL game, and they're having a great time here in Cleveland tonight.
Well, I think it's a tribute to the American fan and to the American players, and that is the reason why we have won over 1 million in attendance this year. We've doubled the attendance from last year, and we feel very confident with 51 games in the playoffs that we might reach the 1.5 million mark.
Okay, thank you. Steve Paxos, commissioner of the NPSL. Let's go back downstairs. Keith Tozer standing by with Kenny Cooper, coach of the American division.
Kenny, I think the turnaround in the second quarter was when you called the timeout. You got a goal off that from Tim Whitman, and it seemed that your team all of a sudden started picking up the pace.
We've got to turn the game personal. I mean, this is an all-star game. We've got to showcase that we're here to play well and win, and we wasn't winning tackles. And we needed to take the game more personal. It was almost like we felt we could score whenever we wanted to, but they got some great players out there, and I think it's probably good that we went down early, because now we've got a little bit of personal pride, and we're starting to play now.
You were talking to the lads on the bench, talking about keeping in shape and keeping some passes together. How important will that be in the second half?
Oh, very important, because we have guys that can attack, are very, very dangerous. The Kim Rompers, the Woodbury, the Timmy Whitman can all go forward. But we've got to let the characters, we've got to let the guys score the goals, defenders defend, midfielders create, forwards go in.
You've been one of the top coaches for the past 14, 15 years in this country. How about the goal Hector Marinero scored?
Worth the price of admission, world class. That's showtime, baby. Terrific.
He wants to win this one. And back to you, Lee.
First World Cup, you will in Soccer America. How about our national team and the Olympics? Soccer America delivers.
I've been reading Soccer America ever since I went head-to-head against Pelé back in the 70s. I like Soccer America because it profiles personalities, it reports on the pro, college, women's, and international scenes, and focuses on the very pulse of soccer in America.
Call toll-free to learn more about Soccer America, the USA's only national soccer weekly. 18 issues, just $19.94. Call 1-800-453-6500 now.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League Trading Cards. A complete set, 110 super high-gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
Welcome back to the Cleveland State Convocation Center. You're watching the NPSL 6th All-Star game, live and exclusive on Sports Channel America. I'm Lee Zeitson along with Dave Johnson. And Dave, let's take a look at that exciting first half.
Well, it certainly was an exciting first half. You see Doyle banging home that power play goal on the assist to Marhetic, and then another assist to Marhetic on that score by Marcelo Carrera. Now here's Paul Wright's three-point shot. Just squibs right through there. But now the American division's finally going to get back into Florio. Great feed to Whitman. Bang, good night. It's in the back of the net. And they come back in flurries there. Zoran Karic at the doorstep. He's not going to miss that one. Rundfed fakes everyone out with this shot. He had two people on either wing he could have gone to. Karic tees it up again. I mean, he smells blood when he sees that kind of net wide open. And now this is Hector Marinero chipping it in on a shootout. And now watch this one coming up. This is beautiful, world-class, as Kenny Cooper talked about it. And that's how Hector Marinero earns his pay, putting people in seats. And as Kenny pointed out, worth the price of admission, because you can work on that if you're a young kid all day in your backyard, but it could probably take a whole week.
Well, that was all the scoring in 1 minute or less, and it was pretty impressive. Let's take a look at the site. There's the American Division Club as they prepare to come out of the locker room and get this second half started. And we heard Kenny Cooper tell us at halftime, and I know he just told Keith Tozer, that his club is angry. They're looking for a victory here. And while there is a lot of friendship here between these two teams, there's going to be a lot of heat in the second half.
Well, I think in some senses, this is the American Division's home game. I mean, Cleveland, part of the American Division. We're here at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Goran Hunyak says hello to Mom. And George Fernandez, these guys, they want to go to Disney World. And, of course, the MVP award winner will get a trip to Disney World. I mean, we're not fooling around. This is showtime in the NPSL. But as Kenny Cooper talked about with Keith Tozer, I mean, he just wants the defenders to defend, the midfielders to create things, and the forwards to score. And really, in an all-star game, that's all the strategy you have to give, because each player is so accomplished in his individual position. You just tell the player, go out, play your position.
Well, here are the stats at halftime. The score, of course, tied at 8. The shots, the National Division leading by just 1. Saves, the American Division leads by just 1. And in blocks, the American Division has a 3-2 edge. So it's not just the score that is dead even, but the statistics are really as close as you could expect.
Well, it is dead even, and I have no way of knowing what's going to happen here in the second half, because, I mean, clearly the American Division started off slow. They just looked at 6s and 7s. They didn't seem to be in sync, and because of that, the National Division was able to get out to a 6-0 lead. But, I mean, we're talking about all-stars here, so the American Division gets into sync, and now we have a tight ball game. And as you see, David Doyle visiting with some of the fans. This is another great aspect of NPSL soccer. These players are so involved in the community, so accessible to the fans. They had a clinic sponsored by Pepsi before the game, and it was a tremendous opportunity for some of the young kids here in the Cleveland area to see the best in indoor soccer, and you should have seen the players with those kids, just so responsive and teaching the finer points of the game. And if you're a young soccer player, I mean, this is a great television broadcast to be watching, because you're seeing the best in indoor soccer. You talk about the best. Chris Pete of the Wichita Wings. We talked about the defense of the National Division. Well, Chris Pete, very talented goalkeeper. He'll be out there for the National Division. Chris Vaccaro for the American Division's troops of Kenny Cooper.
Right, so we are changing goalkeepers for the second half. Nagira of the Milwaukee Wave and Jamie Swanner of the Buffalo Blizzard have taken their seats on their respective American and National Division team benches. And we are about ready for kickoff of the second half, and we'll see how the new fresh faces in net. Chris Vaccaro, whose wife and he are opening a business selling a whole new fashion line of goalkeeper jerseys. We'll see how Vaccaro does in net this evening.
He's got the Halloween motif on, right? The orange and black, his wife Maureen.
Marinero with a shot right off the start, and he's pressuring Pete right there.
Should point out Chris Pete also designs his own jersey, or has him custom designed by someone in Wichita. So two connoisseurs of soccer fashion in between the posts for the second half.
Well, Carriage tried to grab the ball from Rentved. Now the header from Sean Bowers, and Carriage there to receive. Goran Hunyak heads it out of bounds, and the National Division will take over.
Now, again, we talk about the winner of the MVP award gets a trip to Disney World. You look at Hector Marinero. I mean, he's got 2 points. He'll look to step it up in the second half of play. But Zoran Karic right now has 4 points for the American Division. So, you know, maybe he's an early front runner for that. 2 great goals for Zoran in the first half.
Of course, Karic and Marinero, both members of the Cleveland Crunch. And last year, it was Tony Bono of Dayton who walked away with the MVP when the All-Star game was played in Dayton. We'll see if the home field advantage continues for another year on the NPSL All-Star game. David Doyle looking inside for Daryl Duran of St. Louis. The wheelhouse shot and score! Impressive play by Daryl Duran, the player coach of the St. Louis Ambush. Took the pass off the boards and just turned on it.
So Daryl Duran from David Doyle on that goal, and this is how it works in indoor soccer. The boards are your friend, and it's tough for Vaccaro to react to that, because he does not always have a clear shot of what kind of ricochet Duran is going to get. And Duran gets a perfect ricochet there. He takes it on the volley, and boy, that's hard to stop, the velocity that's coming in. So Daryl Duran, the player coach, hooking up with his player, David Doyle. And we've seen that a lot tonight, where goals and assists often involve players from the same team, and that gets down to familiarity.
Well, 1 minute and 7 seconds into the third quarter, the National Division jumps back out in front with a 2-point goal. 10-8 the score now. The American Division taking control. Denzel Antonio. Pass over to Whitman. Whitman working against two defenders. Harold Duran stealing from Franklin McIntosh. McIntosh got it back. He's got a big foot. He's the all-time leading scorer in this league. Bono being jostled against the boards. Marked tightly, loses the ball. Antonio will take possession and square things up. No, it's knocked away. Whitman playing it back to Chris Vaccaro, his Baltimore teammate, who's now in the net for the American division. Randy Pikuzinski working the boards. Whitman now looks to start the offense. Deep pass for McIntosh, who's taken down hard. No card, but a free kick will come for the American division. Antonio, the blast, it's stopped.
McIntosh is going to be escorted to the boards, and actually it sounded worse than it was. It was actually Tom Sohn helped cushion the potential blow on the part of McIntosh.
Denzel Antonio working at midfield. Cross to Whitman as the American division sizes up the national. Tony Bono. Vaccaro, the drive deep for Pikuzinski, who takes it off the boards. He'll bounce it in front, but McIntosh couldn't get there before Pete got his hands on it.
Excellent defense on the part of John Perry as he just traps it down and sets the table for his goalkeeper to begin the offense for the National Division.
Well, Hall working now to Pato Marhetic. The pass across to Haynes, who is working very nicely inside midfield. Pato Marhetic, the traffic cop who engineers the first 3 scores for the National Division, getting things started here. He's playing way out of his net, trying to get involved here as the National Division has just brought on fresh legs and they seem to be sizing up the American defense. Hall along the boards. Met by Antonio. Vaccaro takes the ball off the boards. And now the American division changes sides. Fernandez took a tough shot in the first half that led to a series of penalty shots and power plays that got the American division back in the game.
You look at the outfit of Chris Vaccaro, again designed by his wife Maureen, and Chris Pete at the other end, also getting specially designed goalkeeper wearing a Pete there. Excellent coordination to head that out of bounds. So we get the free kick or the kick it coming up though for the American division, but Pete did what he had to do because obviously out of his box he couldn't use his hands.
Well, Pete instructing his defenders on where to stand because the American division is knocking on the doorstep with this free kick. Karich, Pikuzinski. Oh, excuse me, that was Marinero who put it into the upper deck of the Cleveland State Convocation Center. Some youngsters chasing it down, only to learn that they won't be allowed to keep that ball.
Marinero put that one up high, and that's why Pete has to wait for it to come down. And good arm. Actually,
the crowd booing because the youngster was forced to return that ball to play.
Actually, a little short. It hit somebody in the front row. That's why Euchre likes the other way.
Prior to the start of this game, each of the All-Stars was given an official game ball by Kendis to distribute among the fans, and the youngsters who weren't fortunate enough to make those catches are hoping that they'll be able to get an out-of-bounds ball, but I'm afraid that offer is over. Marinero working nicely with his teammate Karich, but it's 2-on-3. Pete can't get up there to stop the Karich shot into the corner. What placement by Zoran Karich.
Well, he is the Z-man, Zoran Karich, and again, you're looking at the skills of a guy like Karich and a guy like Marinero, and they hook up on that goal. Not everyone can do this. Try this at home, but you may not be successful. I mean, look at that placement. It just tucks it underneath the crossbar, and he's straddling the yellow. That's a three-pointer, my friends.
That is not only a three-pointer, that's a hat trick. And Zoran Karich is on his way to the MVP.
So that's 7 points on the night now for Zoran Karich, and again, that's just pure skill.
And suddenly, the American division is leading for the first time tonight.
And we see an example of what that three-point goal is all about in this league, and that's why this league can create headaches for the coaches, because no lead is ever safe when you have the ability to get 3 points back in one shot.
Well, Marinero threatening again, but Pete there to stop it. He'll push it ahead for Doyle, and the National Division on the run. shot by Doyle. Vaccaro there to meet it.
Again, Doyle's got the skill, and he's got that trigger. I mean, he's kind of a lanky kid, but yet he's got such strength in his shot.
Well, between Karich and Marinero, the American division has come from behind to grab this win lead. Shot, Pete stops it with his chest.
Had that gone in, would have been a great assist for Chris Vaccaro, as he is just so terrific on the outlets, and that would have set that up for Karich again.
McIntosh and Bowers working together as the crowd is really lighting up. Karich to Bowers. It bounces off, and the National Division suddenly seems a little chaotic on the field. The American Division controlling the play. Bowers out to Hunyuk. Vaccaro protecting his net. Doyle was trying to turn on it, but couldn't do it. Now Kim Redfed will try to settle things down, but he's marked closely by Goran Hunyuk of the Baltimore Spirit. He's coming out. He'll take an elbow in the chest, and a foul by Goran Hunyuk will turn the ball over to the men in red.
Again, what we're looking at here is the pressure of the American division, and Hunyuk trying to get away with something there, and he's not going to do that right in front of the referee against the goalkeeper. But we're seeing the American division tight man-to-man marking now. They're really forcing the action. They're not letting the National Division have their own half of midfield to play with it. And this is what Cooper was talking about at halftime, a matter of personal pride, winning the game for the American division. And perhaps that talk about pride has helped to lift the American division now into their first lead, a one-pointer, 11-10.
Well, the National Division was first to score in this half, but since that goal was scored, the American division seems to have been able to take the momentum away and control the play. Of course, we have a one-point game. It's 11-10, American leading National in this 6th annual NPSL All-Star game. Karich, the header, is just wide.
And that would have been a three-pointer.
That would have been a three-pointer in his 4th goal of the night, but he's not that lucky. Gerald Duran working with Hall in the neutral zone. The ball off Bauer's head. Haynes, the kick there. Vaccaro picks it off, and he looks to set up the attack for the American division. Bono to Denzel Antonio. Now off the boards to Bono. It goes in corner. Is Pikuzinski. He feeds across, but Bono was a step too late. He had an open net. Haynes now to Pato Marhetic. But Pikuzinski takes the loose ball. And Marinero feeding long to... Well, here's DeFlorio and Marinello working together. A shot off the post by Pikuzinski. Well, the pressure has all been American division, but the National with the shot there. Wow, Vaccaro, a big save, and he's got the ball. DeFlorio, he came out to meet him, and DeFlorio couldn't get the ball over to Pikuzinski. Out of bounds it goes on Antonio. And with the score 11-10 with 6 minutes, 59 seconds left, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with the NPSL All-Star Game, live and exclusive on Sports Channel America.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League Trading Cards. A complete set, 110 super high-gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL. Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
Welcome back to Cleveland. We're live at the NPSL All-Star game. Lee Zeidman along with Dave Johnson, and Chris Vaccaro has been doing a job for the American division.
Well, he certainly faced his share of shots so far in the second half, and Marcelo Carrero with that shot that could have been a three-point goal, but Vaccaro able to swat it away.
Well, Goran Hunjik just took a shot on Pete, who was up to making the stop. Chris Pete has been victimized for a three-pointer. Chris Vaccaro for a two off the post. There it went. Vaccaro, a lucky break that shot was wide. Each goalkeeper in the second half has given up one goal. The difference is he gave up the three-pointer, and that's why the American division leads 11-10 with 6 minutes, 39 seconds left. Let's take a look at the scoring summary in this game. In the first quarter, the national team came up with 6 unanswered points. Doyle with a penalty shot, Carrera with the two-pointer, then Wright with a three. The American division answered with a two. Then Carrick, Lindstedt, Carrick again, Marinero in the second quarter. In the third quarter, we've seen goals by Duran and Carrick, and that's taken us to the 11-10 advantage. 1 point for the American team, which is wearing the white. The Americans attacking the goal on the left, the national team attacking the goal to your right. We have a whistle. And it appears the national division will take over the ball near midfield.
Well, pushing and shoving as they go up the field, and often referees will call that because it negates the breakaway, and of course this game is all about offense, and they don't want to see that happen.
Doyle working there. Haynes all the way back to Renfeld. Haynes again, marked by Bono. Bono smashes into him. That's a foul. The national division will get possession again.
I think Bono in that case was just coming in so hard he wanted to play a 50-50 ball. Instead, Haynes just stopped short, and as Haynes goes off saying, wait a minute, this isn't football.
Rattled his ribs there. Carrera for the Nationals driving deep to right, but Bono taps it back to Vaccaro, and that's the end of that threat. McIntosh now at midfield. He's marked. Bono, the pass. Working tightly with D'Annunzio. Now Marinero pushing it down for D'Annunzio. Off the boards it goes. He's marked closely by Doyle. A little pushing, a little shoving. Doyle puts it out to Haynes. Excuse me, that's right. Bono now back to Vaccaro as the American division sizes up its options. There's Franklin McIntosh, the all-time leading scorer of this league. Looking for a chance, and it was taken off of his leg by Terry Woodbury. Good play because McIntosh almost had a free shot at the net. Doyle now. Into the corner it goes. Renfeld battling Carrick, and Carrick thrown to the floor. The foul there. And the American division will get possession. But you know, Dave, the physicalness of this encounter is increasing. All-Stars are not.
Well, Runfed and Carrick really going at it here, and Carrick, I think, a little bit surprised at the intensity of that challenge on the part of Kim Runfed. I think his reaction, hey, Kim, remember, it's an All-Star game.
Well, there's another foul. This time it's Tom Sohn of the Denver Thunder, and Marinero is the one who got pushed. Rudy Pikuzinski battling Hundelt inside. Now it's Daryl Duran putting the ball off the boards. Sean Bowers takes it back. Will put it off the boards and go the other way. Impressive work by Bowers. Duran with the heel kick. Hernandez puts it out of bounds. And that stops Carrera and Wright from teaming up on a breakaway. We've got a whistle and a timeout. We'll be back with All-Star game. It's live and exclusive on Sports Channel America. Don't go away.
You will receive cash. Yes, cash for Rolex, cash for Patek Philippe, Cash for Cartier. Heritage Estate buyers will pay you cash for these men's wristwatches or the others I will list. Heritage is on a national search for watches. We will help you with cash if you own a Vacheron, Universal Geneve, Breitling, also Audemars, Movado, and La Cultra. Your watch can be worth thousands of dollars if it's a chronograph, moon phase, or repeater. This is an opportunity for you to receive cash for a watch that's gathering dust in a drawer. Heritage Estate buyers will pay you cash for the fine men's wristwatches we listed, working or not. If you don't call now, you're losing money. Write down our number. We're ready to pay top dollars now. Time means money. Call Heritage now.
Call 1-800-238-3100 to find out how to receive cash for your watch. Time means money. Call toll-free 1-800-238-3100. Call now.
Welcome back to Cleveland. Third quarter action, NPSL All-Star game. American Division nursing a 1-point lead. There's just been a timeout. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Keith Tozer. What was Kenny Cooper telling his American troops?
Well, Kenny's down here keeps talking about pride, and he's really got the players fired up. I mean, if he was going for some kind of election, the players would probably be voting for him. But right now, he's got them fired up. He's talking pride, and he says, let's continue their momentum going into the fourth quarter.
Okay, thank you, Keith. I'm Lee Zeigman along with Dave Johnson. You're watching an Sports Channel America exclusive. It's the NPSL All-Star game live from the Cleveland State Convocation Center. The National Division in red trying to take back the lead it has held for almost all of this game. Jim Redford working the ball there. Across it comes to Tom Sohn, the Denver Thunder. Along the boards it goes, and a battle there. Sean Bowers, the tremendous defender from Detroit, who lost it. But now Pikuzinski of Buffalo has got it, the American Division back on the attack. Bowers ahead for Gino DeFlorio of the Canton Invaders. The ball is taken away, a whistle for a foul, and the National Division in possession. Redhead and Doyle working. Now it's over to Sohn. Sohn to Pato Marhetic. Marhetic to Haynes. It's booted away. Marinaro trying to break it up there. Marinaro putting the pressure on, keeping the home crowd in this game. The Cleveland Stars, Carriage and Marinaro, have led the charge for the American Division as they erased a 6-0 deficit and grabbed a 1-point lead, 11-10, here in the third quarter. We have 3 minutes, 27 seconds to play.
Look at the replay there. Clearly a foul on the part of Tim Whitman as he goes in late on Baltimore heading. His reaction not to agree with the referee, but clearly a foul.
And we have a timeout called by National Division coach Roy Turner. Turner is wearing a mic. Let's listen in as the National Division coach diagrams the play.
They got 2 guys in the wall. We got to put somebody in each side.
Yeah.
We're killing them.
You're over here, right? You're over here?
Yeah. They're going to have 2 guys in the wall, no?
1, 2.
Yeah.
Leave Paul over here on this side, all right? You come over here. Tim, and let's have a left-footed player coming from in this side. All right, Brian, you come in from this side, all right? Let's have somebody in the far post over here.
And the other one right in there.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, wait, this guy don't jump all over here.
Okay, let's get this attention down here. Let's see. Potty on the ball. Tim here. Brian Haynes here. Okay, you're in the middle here, right there, okay? Paul, on the boards, okay? I need another midfielder. Dave, in you go. You go in here, all right? Go a little bit.
Well, Cleveland is the future home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they like it loud here. It made it tough to hear Roy Turner, but he was diagramming the set play that he wants his club to work as they try to regain the lead here. They'll take possession of the ball with a free kick from just outside the goal area. Pato Marhetic, player coach for the Chicago Power, engineering the play here. Daryl Duran, the shot. Vaccaro, the save. Another shot. Boy, they were keeping Vaccaro busy. From behind the net, take a look at what Chris Vaccaro had to deal with.
Well, again, this is Marhetic. This is why you put him on the ball. He can really free his defenses. Then Vaccaro has to make that late save on the shot coming up there by Daryl Duran, because Vaccaro wasn't sure which way Marhetic was going to elect to pass it to, and that's Marhetic using his body. It's the shoulder shrug here, a couple of moves with the leg, and it really can unnerve defenders, and that's a lot of what soccer's about when you're trying to create some space, which is what Marhetic was able to do. Sometimes it's just little body movements that can really open up passing lanes.
As you saw, the shots on goal, the home American division has the lead by 2 shots. They also have the edge in the game by 1 point, 11-10, 3:15 to play in this third quarter of action. The NPSL All-Star game coming to you live. I'm Lee Zeidman along with Dave Johnson. There's McIntosh with the chance. Pete, a great save with Daryl Duran there to save his goalkeeper who was out of position.
Well, what that was all about, Pete was not indecisive. He came out, he committed himself. As you're going to see a foul coming up on McIntosh, but he committed himself. Pete now with 5 saves on the night. And of course, this is just in the third quarter. But if you're a goalkeeper, that's the lesson. No matter what's going on, once you commit yourself to come out, you got to see it through. And that's what Pete did, and that's why he was able to stop it.
Well, Daryl Duran, a player coach with St. Louis, had the presence of mind to fill the space and saved his goalkeeper and his club from falling behind even further with the tremendous block there. And the attack continues for the American division, though McIntosh elects to push it way back to George Fernandez. Now Antonio pushing to Vaccaro as they size up this national team defense. Karich, the leading scorer in this game, got the hat trick looking for 4. Hunyek with an easy drive had hoped McIntosh could get there, but McIntosh was tied up. And these clubs all changing lines and bringing on fresh legs. That's why Pete came so far out of his own goal area. Good effort by Wright there. Marked closely, got a shot on goal. Vaccaro was there. Pikuzinski almost knocked it past his own goalkeeper. At the other end, Pete in control. Now Carrera bringing it down the boards. The shot. Antonio with 1 stop, then marking closely to make another. Bono battling Carrera. Antonio now with the ball. Well, Pikuzinski and Whitman working together in the offense. Bono meets the ball. Here's Marinaro. Pikuzinski couldn't get anything on it. Pete takes the ball off the boards and gets it going the other way. Carrera in a foot race with Antonio. Loses the foot race and the ball. The American division with 4 people there taking over. And now Marinaro on the run. There's Whitman. It's a 2-on-1. The shot. The score! Beautiful play. And another goal from the Cleveland Crunch.
Well, the fans love it whenever Hector scores in this building, and you can see that one coming from midfield as Whitman and Marinaro, you know, got like a couple of horses going down the home stretch. They were just able to work it upfield, and Whitman, good presence of mind. He's waiting for Marinaro to make a cut and pumps it over.
Hector Marinaro and Zoran Karich have been the stars tonight. They are the 2 top scorers in the National Professional Soccer League. They are teammates of the Cleveland Crunch, and they have thrilled this Cleveland crowd as the American team has moved ahead of its rivals from the National 13-10 with 45 seconds to play in this third quarter of the 6th annual NPSL All-Star game.
Well, the score 13-10, the American leading the national division. Could argue that Zoran Karich and Hector Marinaro are the front runners for the MVP. Karich now with 7 points, and with that goal, Marinaro has 5. So the top 2 scorers in the league is certainly making their impact on this All-Star game.
Well, the home crowd is seeing quite a show. Of course, the 2 Cleveland Crunch stars would be the home favorites to take that trip to Disney World, which will be awarded to this game's most valuable player, compliment from American Airlines. McIntosh turning the ball to Pikuzinski, who's marked closely by Sohn. And that is the end of the third quarter of play. Kenny Cooper riled up his team, has done a great job. The American leads the National 13-10. Don't go away, fourth quarter coming up.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jersey, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL. Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
The BBC, Turner Broadcasting, and Time Life Video dare you to take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life. The gripping, award-winning nature video series that exposes the struggle to survive through uncensored, shocking photography. Join acclaimed naturalist David Attenborough for a close encounter with raw nature. See the thrill of the hunt and the strategy of the kill, the relentless drive to continue the bloodline, and the miracle of birth. Call now and receive Hunting and Escaping for $9.99 and see why the law of the jungle is kill or be killed. If it captures your interest, you can get other videos about every other month. Each tape explores the harsh realities of survival in the animal world. Take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life. Call now to order Hunting and Escaping and find out why we call them animals.
To order your Trials of Life, call 1-800-892-5378 or send $9.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to the address shown on your screen.
As a Youth for Understanding International Exchange student, you'll live with the family, go to school, learn the language, and get ready for the world.
Living with the family, it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. I felt like a part of the family because they treated me so well.
I was thinking away, and then suddenly I was like, well, wait, how do you say that word? And I realized, oh my God, I'm thinking in French.
Get ready for the world. Call 1-800-ARE-YOU-READY and find out more about spending the year, summer, or semester in a YFU high school program abroad.
I'm going back.
While you were away, it was a polka fest here at the Cleveland State Convocation Center. 13-10, the American Division leads the National in the 6th annual NPSL All-Star Game. Tonight's telecast of the All-Star Game is intended for the sole use of Sports Channel America and its viewing audiences. Any rebroadcast or reproduction without the expressed written consent of the National Professional Soccer League, Sports Channel America, or Veris Media Services is strictly prohibited. And we want to thank the folks from My Apparel in Akron, Ohio, for providing us with our tuxedos this evening. Dave has never looked better.
We're just sitting here. They just announced the attendance, and you see Kenny Cooper bring his American Division squad off the bench to applaud the fans. And this is a gesture you see in all NPSL arenas because these are a group of professional athletes that appreciate each and every ticket buyer.
These are guys who love to play soccer, and I think, very honestly, they appreciate the opportunity. We have a crowd just shy of 10,000 here tonight.
9,179.
And the fourth quarter is underway, a three-point edge for the home American Division. As they work the ball along the boards, the teams have switched ends. Chris Pete now defending the goal on your right. Chris Vaccaro defending your goal on the left. McIntosh with the steal off Terry is working. There's Karich going for the ball. Karich has just got wonderful footwork.
Well, I think that's why you see the American Division out this lead, 13-10. You heard Kenny Cooper at halftime talking about getting Karich, letting Marinero, letting these guys do their stuff, and that's what they did in the third quarter. And consequently, the American Division able to come from behind and now take a lead.
Right with the chance of Vaccaro, and there's an open net, but they can't pull the trigger. Vaccaro having trouble, but gets it under control. David Doyle got a shot in there that bounced off of Whitman, the defender. An impressive play by the partners of the Baltimore Spirit, Whitman and Vaccaro. Good pressure there, and Vaccaro, who seems to always take a physical beating whenever he's in net, getting challenged there.
He's a very active goalkeeper. He's not afraid to jump into the fray. And there you see, speaking of jumping, he arrives on the scene just in time to snatch that one from tucking underneath the crossbar.
Well, Daryl Duran with a big boot there, out of bounds, nearly into the stands to protect his goalkeeper, Chris Peet.
We look at the crowd here tonight at the CSU Convocation Center, and it's a crowd that so far has been treated to some skillful soccer. I think some people maybe expected more scoring than we've seen so far, but we've seen a tremendous amount of skill and some tremendous goalkeeping tonight, and that's why you don't see more points on that board. It's not for lack of shots.
Well, Zoran Karic, the leading scorer in this game, the second leading scorer in this league, with the free kick there, off the wall of defenders it goes. Bono feeding in to DeFlorio, heads it in! Impressive work. They just kept working, and they got the goal.
Great goal for the Cannon Invader.
DeFlorio wouldn't stop. He had three men, including a goalkeeper in front of him, but he pushed his way past and put the ball in. So Bono of Dayton getting the assist for DeFlorio of Canton. And the American division increasing its lead now 15-10.
You see how DeFlorio uses the boards there. Great feed from Bono, but DeFlorio actually passed it to himself using the boards. And then and the adage is never truer than in indoor soccer. Never give up. And you just keep going and something can happen. And in that case, a goal. And now a 5-point lead for this American division.
Well, Chris Peet came in at halftime for the National Division, replacing Victor Noguera, and since then has given up 7 points as the National Division now trails by 5. Dave Doyle, one of the big guns for the National Division team, trying to get something started. But the American takes it away. Fernandez and Pikuzinski.
Well, the American Division players have really accepted their roles, whether it be defender, midfielder, or forward, since about late in the second quarter. And since then, that's why you've seen the American Division come up with this surge. They've played a better brand of soccer, and the points have been the result.
Well, Bobby D'Annunzio worked at the Marinero, a give and go at long distance off the board. D'Annunzio looking for help. Slowly, Fernandez. Pikuzinski in front. Oh, on the goal line. Pikuzinski giving Chris Peet a hug, but that won't put the ball in the net.
Well, I tell you what, talk about a physical game. I mean, a goalkeeper in this league has got to do so much to keep his concentration while bodies are flying into him. And this is why Chris Peet is one of the better goalkeepers in the game, because he never lost his mission and was able to actually prevent that from going across the line.
Carrera with a hard shot, but Vaccaro a clean catch and save. Vaccaro now to Franklin McIntosh, who's got one of the hardest shots in the game.
Seeing the American Division string the passes together, their attacks are very organized, and because of that, Chris Peet is having a bit of a nightmare of late. Whereas the National Division of late has looked a bit at 6s and 7s, and although Vaccaro's had to make a few big saves, it certainly has not faced the onslaught of shots that Chris Peet has faced at the other end.
Now, 5 points is not a big lead in this game, but more important than a lead, you sense that the momentum has truly shifted in. No sooner do I say that than a very impressive shot just inside 3-point territory from Haynes.
Well, this is what the National Division was so successful with early on, the counterattack, and there you see what happens at midfield when they're able to come up with a 50-50 ball. Brian Haynes, and when he gets free on the fly, he's got that speed and he's got that trigger, and he pulled it. And Vaccaro, he's got a lot of space to defend there. And when you're talking about defending against an all-star who's used to finishing, well, the odds are against the goalkeeper in that case.
Anything can happen, and often does in the NPSL. Suddenly, Haynes strikes goal. It is 15-12 now. The American Division lead comes to 3 with 11 minutes, 7 seconds to play in this final quarter of the NPSL All-Star game. Karic is knocked to the floor. Now Hunyek, the fancy footwork, marked closely off the right post. Impressive play.
Well, getting the fancy footwork of Hunyak sets that up because he's trying to create space so he can get the shot off, and in the process, he's also, with the defender marking him, in effect, the goalkeeper is shielded and gives Hunyak an excellent chance if he can get it on target to finish it.
Hunyak got the ball nicely to McIntosh, who lost it at midfield to Sohn, or Hundel, I should say. Out of bounds off Hundel's foot.
Ryan Haynes in the Kansas City attack, one of the attacks that works with John Perry. They've been such a success story in the National Division in first place. And Haynes has got it all. He's a great indoor player. He's got that speed, and that's why he's so deadly on the counterattack that you just saw, because he can knife through midfield and then get a shot off.
Well, after a short rest from the goal scored, Roy Turner is quick to get Haynes back out there and hope that he can strike goal again. Hunyak inside to Karich, who then fed McIntosh, but Pete was there. Off the boards, and the other way it goes with Pato Marhetic. Look for Haynes on the far side. The ball was behind him. Had the pass been on, he could have struck pay dirt again.
I think Marhetic even underestimated Haynes' speed, and hence the pass ended up behind him.
Good defensive work. Pete now with the ball. The long pass is headed away by George Fernandez, but off it comes Terry Woodbury as he tries to set up the national attack. The shot by Woodbury in! Vaccaro surprised, perhaps screened by Garland Hunyak, who was out there at the point.
Well, Woodbury, that's just a great piece of finishing. And again, for Vaccaro, it's hard for him to see this until the last moment, but it's a well-taken shot on the part of Terry Woodbury.
Terry Woodbury just one step inside
I'll tell you exactly
the three-point line.
It puts it right through Hunyak's legs. You talk about threading the needle. Woodbury not only turned, but it went right through the legs of Hunyak, and tough for Vaccaro to get a read on that.
We'll take a break with a score of 15-14, 9:58 to go. It's getting exciting. Don't go away.
First edition, all new Pacific's 1993 Premier Edition National Professional League Trading Cards. A complete set, 110 super high gloss cards featuring players from all 13 teams. Order this Premier Edition collector set today. Only $12.95, including shipping and handling, for all the action, all the stats, and all your favorite soccer stars. Order your official NPSL 110 card set now by calling toll-free 1-800-551-2002. Only $12.95. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Allow 4 to 6 weeks delivery. These cards are a kick.
There are 13 teams in the National Professional Soccer League, but they only wear one brand of gear, Patrick. The NPSL is a league of fast-paced, exciting soccer, and the stars of the NPSL demand only the best. Whether it's Patrick jerseys, shorts, bags, warm-ups, shin guards, sandals, or shoes. So play like the pros of the NPSL and soccer players around the world. Insist on Patrick at your local sporting goods or soccer store. Patrick, the official supplier of the NPSL. Play with the soccer ball of the pros, Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Guaranteed for long-lasting high performance. Hand-stitched for superior quality, uniquely designed. Candace, the soccer ball of the pros. Available at soccer specialty stores everywhere. When soccer is the game, Candace is the name. Candace, the official soccer ball of the National Professional Soccer League. Candace for your team or league. A soccer ball that's one kick ahead of all the others.
We're back in Cleveland, the NPSL All-Star game, and this man, Brian Haynes, has suddenly turned this game around. He scored a goal, then assisted on another, just a minute and 7 seconds apart. The National Division now trails the American by 1 point with 10 minutes to go, and this is the action we expected, Dave Johnson.
Exactly right, and again, we talked about how a 5-point lead, 6-point lead, whatever, and this game is a day at the beach, and you see that at minute 7. And then the game is turned around from a comfortable lead for the American division to a 1-point game in a surging national division.
Well, the Americans on the attack now. Bono turns, but he's stopped, and Daryl Duran will boot it away as Chris Vaccaro comes up and gets involved for the American division.
Worth noting, the crowd certainly into this game tonight in Cleveland. This is a terrific indoor soccer city. Al Miller and the entire Crunch organization did a tremendous job putting on this indoor soccer classic, and you get a sense that this crowd really wants the American division to take it.
Marinero with the attempt. Both teams changing for fresh legs. Back on the field is Haynes, who's spark this National Division team, but they still trail by 1 with just under 9 minutes to play. Pato Marhetic with the pass across the goal mouth, and Haynes has got it again. Marhetic bounces the ball off Vaccaro. Vaccaro just lucky to be standing there.
Well, that's indoor soccer's human pinball element, and Vaccaro coming out with 2 great saves in a row.
Well, the pressure increasing, and Haynes has been the man who's turned up the heat for this National Division club. Zone working as they regroup. Renfed now. And there's Haynes. Being marked by Fernandez. Now pushed off by Marinero.
We talked about the American Division, the element of pride Kenny Cooper instilled in the team at halftime, but you can also sense with this National Division team, I mean, this is fourth quarter. They've been out here now for 45 minutes as Brett Hall launches one, and neither team wants to go home a loser, even though it is an all-star game, and even though it's just for fun.
Well, Brett Hall had a long-distance try, but Vaccaro was there, and now Daryl Duran battling with Vaccaro, who's way out of his net. Bobby D'Annunzio with the long drive that's out of bounds, and the National Division will take over. Let's take a look at our remaining schedule on the NPSL Game of the Week on Sports Channel America. March 14th, we're in Cleveland Friday night to see the Wichita club take on the hometown Cleveland Crunch. Then Kansas City at Canton, and Canton at Cleveland as we round out the weekly schedule. Then we'll be with you for the playoffs. 4 exclusive playoff games to be determined.
They buy a house in Cleveland. I don't think we're leaving.
It's a good place to live, especially with all these new arenas going up. We're at the brand new Cleveland State Convocation Center, just 10 blocks away from the Cleveland Indians' new stadium that's being built. The Cleveland Cavaliers getting a new stadium. Everything's new in Cleveland, including the Crunch. Chris Pete battling along the boards, but that net is open, and there is a foul. And Hall had no choice.
Well, no choice at all. I mean, Pete is way out. That clearly stopped the attack of Carriage, but the referee also had no choice. And this sets up a shootout here for the American Division. And Pete did what he had to do. He had to come way out, but once he was out, the pressure of the American Division just kept coming, and it prevented the National Division from clearing it away.
Well, the crowd going wild. Hector Marinero scored on a penalty shot in the first half. And Marinero going for his 4th goal, the shootout, and he gets the, oh no! He gets the left post, and Chris Pete, who was easily beaten, is saved by the post Marinero just off mark. So the American Division, missing a chance to increase its lead to 2 on the penalty shot, will now play with a 1-man advantage for 2 minutes.
We look at that on the replay on the shootout for Hector Marinero. I mean, that's the way he handles shootouts, very calmly, very coolly. And normally he finishes them. On that occasion, he's just unlucky, really. He hits the woodwork. You get another view of this. I mean, he does not run wildly toward Pete. He just places his shot. And this time he was a little bit off.
Well, now it's 5-on-4, American Division with the advantage, while Brett Hall looks on. Hall committing a penalty that he absolutely had to commit. There was an open net awaiting the American Division, but Hall the penalty and now the power play.
And Zoran Karic does not miss open nets.
Playing catch are Sean Bowers and Marinero. There's Bowers now with a slide and across to DeFlorio.
Beautiful setup by Bowers and a good attempt by DeFlorio on the half volley, but give Bowers credit for the perseverance. I mean, he's laying on his backside and still was able to make the pass over to DeFlorio.
Gino DeFlorio has been putting up some points tonight. Now it's Karic, who's working out in front with Marinero to his left, McIntosh to his right. McIntosh got the big foot, but didn't put much on it. Daryl Durant kicked it away. If the National Division can score on this power play, the goal's worth 2 or 3 shorthanded. Doyle with a perfect opportunity, fed himself using the boards for a give and go, but he put too much on the ball and couldn't chase it down. Let's go to Keith Tozer, standing by with Cleveland Crunch owner George Hoffman. Keith?
Well, I'm here with George Hoffman, the owner of the Cleveland Crunch. And George, it's been a tremendous 2 days here. It's been a first-class All-Star game, first-class banquet this afternoon. What does this game mean to you and your franchise?
It means an awful lot. It shows that Cleveland is a major city. It shows that Cleveland can host an All-Star game and make it as good as anybody else can. And I'm glad to see that the whole show's been the Hector and Zorn show, which is very happy too. So Cleveland is very proud to have it.
Well, they have been playing great, and hopefully maybe one of them will come home with the MVP honors tonight.
I'd love it if we could. I'd really appreciate that.
Thanks, George.
Well, whoever comes home with the MVP also comes home with a trip to Disney World. Chris Pete under assault there from Rudy Pikuzinski. We've seen a few signs in the stands tonight from Buffalo Blizzard fans who are upset that Rudy's brother Randy, who also plays for the Blizzard, is not in the All-Star game. Those two as a tandem have really carried that Buffalo club.
Of course, Randy more the defensive mind of the two brothers, but Randy very popular in this neck of the woods, as actually both Pikuzinski brothers from their time here in northeastern Ohio.
Both integral parts of Kent Invader championship teams, as well as a couple of others. Tonight's All-Star game produced and directed by George Barris. The associate director is Jim Gaiman. The broadcast associate Rob Liano. The commissioner of the National Professional Soccer League is Steve Paxos. The director of operations Paul Wachowski. Technical facilities provided by Image Video. Tonight's telecast is a production of Barris Media Services, a worldwide entertainment group in radio and television. Perhaps. We've got 5 minutes, 20 seconds to play. 15 seconds remain in the penalty to Brett Hall. And so far, the American division unable to make the most of this power play. They missed on the shootout, and they have not put it in net. And the penalty expires, so we are all even in the national division, doing its best to stay alive. They trail by 1 with 4 minutes, 58 seconds to play, and here they come. Hall out of the penalty box, now on the left wing. Doyle trying to get the ball to him, but the American division has other ideas. George Fernandez putting the foot on the ball. Fernandez and Marinero, Cleveland teammates. And that Cleveland trio has been impressive tonight, Dave.
Well, it really has been their opportunity to showcase in front of the fans, and really Karich and Marinero, arguably two of the top talented players in this NPSL. And really, an All-Star game is their showcase piece, because unlike some other games, they have a chance to work with some space. And tonight, Karich and Marinero have taken advantage of that space. And you look at the point totals there, it's a result of that.
Well, together they've tallied 12 points in the scoring for this American division. There's Karich again. Onyek with the shot just wide. Karich plays it off the boards. Doyle there to mark him. The shot, good defense. Out of bounds it goes. The American division will take over. With the score, 15-14. We'll be back with the final minutes of the NPSL All-Star Game, live and exclusive on Sports Channel America.
Mystic Music presents Instrumental Magic, 40 of the most beautiful melodies ever recorded. Just listen to these romantic favorites. Order the enchanting sounds of Instrumental Magic today. 3 records or 2 cassette tapes, only $19.95. 2 compact discs, only $24.95. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-8410-300 or send $19.95 for records or cassettes, $24.95 for 2 CDs, plus $4 shipping to Instrumental Magic, P.O. Box 1144-SCA, Monument, Colorado.
Welcome back to Cleveland State Convocation Center, Cleveland, Ohio. I'm Lee Zeidman along with Dave Johnson and Keith Tozer. And you're watching the NPSL All-Star Game live and exclusively on Sports Channel America. Can't ask for a better contest than this. The American division leads by 1. Eileen Hoffman on the right is the lady who organized the All-Star festivities, husband of the gentleman who owns the Cleveland Crunch. As we prepare for the free kick, and the American division trying to increase its lead. Whoa, Garrett with the blast off the top of the crossbar. All right, trying to work the ball away from the American division defenders in their own end. Now it's Woodbury. Right again, beating Woodbury off the board. And he's knocked down. Tim Whitman gave a shove. Woodbury lost his feet, and it'll be a possession for the National Division.
We're going to see a lot of time marking down the stretch, because keep in mind it's a one-point game. Even though the American Division has had the momentum and seemingly has the MVPs, the National Division can still win this game. And so you're going to see time marking because both teams want to win it.
Well, Marinero just fouled Doyle, so Doyle will get a free kick of the ball. Redbed will take it as Doyle goes down the wing. Now Woodbury looking things over. Into the corner it goes. Wright is working there, and it's just taken away with relative ease by Goran Hunter. That's Marinero. He's been the star of the show with teammate Karich, who had the ball but lost it to Redbed. Doyle trapped on the boards by a pair of American divisions. Hunyik loses the ball to Doyle. Chris Pete taking some time as fresh legs come on to the National Division. Duran down the boards to Doyle. Marked tightly by Fernandez. John Bowers into the corner, battling with Duran. Onion. Here comes George Fernandez. The crowd excited for the Cleveland Crunch player, but he loses the ball to Brett Hall. Pikuzinski battling Hall. Now Tom Sohn and Pikuzinski.
Pikuzinski is called for the foul there as he's preventing Tom Sohn from getting the offense going for the National Division. And Paul Wright is going to come on, it looks like, eventually as the sixth attacker for the National Division, and that'll replace Chris Pete. They'll probably wait a little bit for that, I would imagine. They're going to call a timeout, maybe set that up.
Buzz, you called it. There's the timeout, as they'll try to set this up, but trailing by 1 point with 2 minutes 19 seconds to play. Roy Turner has got some things going. Can we go in and hear what Mr. Turner has to say?
You want to go over here? You go in for Doyle after a couple of seconds, all right? Paul Wright is the keeper, all right? Terry, stay alongside him on the left. Ryan, go wide left, all right? Go wide left. Timmy, you all right to go up? Okay, you go on the right-hand side, all right? Hado, in the middle, right here. John, back and forth, all right? You go for Tim in a minute, just hold on. Hey, Paul, let's not let the square one get cut out. We got a long time.
Well, there's the strategy. Roy Turner, the coach of the Wichita Wings, in charge of the National Division club, is inserting Paul Wright, number 3, a forward from the Milwaukee Wave, as the sixth attacker. Trailing by 1 point with 2 minutes 19 seconds to play, Turner has decided to gamble and win this All-Star Classic. So the net is empty at the far end of the field.
But he also said with 2 minutes plus, they've got some time to work with, so don't force something, especially at midfield. It'll lead to a quick counterattack and a goal on the part of the American Division. They still have time to work with it, but it is time to step it up, and that's why you see the insertion of Paul Wright as the sixth attacker. He's a guy with speed who can get back if the ball gets into the defensive third. He also has the moves to maintain possession.
There's the attempt. Vaccaro down, but the National Division couldn't take advantage of it. A foul call in the goal area will turn the ball over, and now Wright's got to get back in the net and play goal. This is a dangerous spot for Wright to be in because Vaccaro's got a great arm and he can throw it the length of the court into that net.
Well, Wright's got the speed to get back, and and track it down. And that's why you may say, why don't they have a big bulky guy in there? But no, you mean the guy with speed, because he also has to push up.
So here is the national division. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds to play. The national team trailing by 1 has removed their goalkeeper in favor of the 6th attacker. There are 5 hungry members of the American division who know that at the other end of the field is an empty net. Wright with the big boot there was high. Perry trying to kick something in. Vaccaro was out of position, and the attack has become ferocious. Marhetic with 2 defenders marking him, but the American division grabbing the ball. Pikuzinski now jostling. There's the kick, and Wright going back to chase it. 1 minute to play. Wright is taken down. It's a foul. They'll get a free kick with 42 seconds to go.
Clearly a foul, but you look at Whitman come in, and Wright says, well, I'll do a little theatrics here. Maybe I can get a penalty, but you always have to do that to make the dive look as good as possible. And clearly a foul. Good call on the part of the officials. And with 42 seconds left, the national division is going to keep the pressure on. And again, they've set the table for a dramatic ending, down by 1.
Down by 1, 39 seconds to play. National division controlling. Haynes, who brought his team back in his 4th quarter, fighting. There's Woodbury, the header into the corner by Sohn. Marhetic can't turn on it. He was pulled down. There's a foul, but no call in terms of a penalty shot or power play.
Clearly, Sean Bowers did what he had to do to prevent Marhetic from getting the turn. Look, Marhetic, he wants to make the turn, and Bowers is going to pull him down.
Marhetic being taken down there by Sean Bowers was a nice wrestling move, but good defense for the American division. Marhetic now with the free kick. Remember, the 6th attacker is on, so there is a mismatch. More men than there are. Now Redbed in a foot race with Denzel Antonio, who's got an empty net if he can turn his fire. Antonio can't do it. The national defense doing a good job. 9 seconds. 8, 7. It's over. The American division, after a slow start, comes back to grab the lead and then hold off a ferocious 4-quarter run by the national division. Kenny Cooper and the American squad, anchored by Zoran Karic and Hector Marinero of the Cleveland Crunch, come up with the victory. We're standing by to learn who is our MVP of this 6th annual NPSL All-Star game.
It looks like Zoran Karic will be the MVP with the 7 points, getting Hector Marinero with 5 points. 12 points from the Cleveland Crush, and that really is great for the fans here in Cleveland. And I tell you what, Karic, if he does get a trip to Disney World, he's allowed to take somebody along. Maybe he should take Hector along, because certainly Hector was a big part of this American Division victory.
Well, Hector Marinero, the crowd favorite, along with Zoran Karic. Karic, the 2nd leading scorer in the NPSL, behind his teammate Hector Marinero. And let's go down to the MVP of this game with Keith Tozer. Keith?
Thanks, Lee. I have the MVP right here, Zoran Karic. Had a tremendous game tonight, 7 points, along with your teammate Hector Marinero. You guys were the big reason for the big victory tonight.
What can I say? I'm really happy, and that's my first time I'm MVP. And you know, we play home, and you know, my crowd. What can I say? I'm just happy, really happy.
How important is it for you to get this MVP in front of the hometown crowd?
I mean, it's a big point for me. That's my 4th time I play in All-Star. I never be close to MVP, and I think I deserve it. But you know, I gotta give it to my teammates a lot of credit. You know, Hector can be, or you know, Ruby and all these guys. I mean, everybody just play 100%, so anybody can be from our team MVP.
Since you got the MVP, you're going on vacation.
Yeah, we're going to Disneyland.
Okay, Zoran Karic, our MVP. Thank you, Keith Tozer. And Zoran Karic, Hector Marinero, and Karic putting on a show for the hometown fans. And the American division, after a very slow start, came back with an impressive 2nd half and then held off a ferocious 4th quarter attack And so for Dave Johnson and Keith Tozer, I'm Lee Zeidman saying good night from Cleveland, where the final score is American Division 15, National Division 14. This Sunday, the Wichita Wings will take on the Cleveland Crunch on the NPSL Game of the Week on Sports Channel America. Check your local listings. So long, everybody.
This ever happened to you? What a mess. What about this for a carpet design? Trails, tracks, spills, stains. This carpet has had it. But wait, introducing No Wet Wonder Foam, the miracle carpet cleaner from the makers of DD7. Let's make it a real test. Sump oil, shoe polish, soot, crayon, stove black. Now here's a mess you'll never have. Wonder Foam is super concentrated, only a capful to 10 ounces of water. Now, with your special foam applicator, dip and remove all the liquid from the rollers. The No Wet Foam is all you need. Can you believe your eyes? Wonder Foam works gently, without wetting, and ingests every granule of soil, leaving your carpets looking like new. Wonder Foam turns to crystals, trapping residue dirt. Your vacuum does the rest. Carpet cleaning machines soak the carpet, dragging the dirt to the bottom of the fibers, drenching the underpad. Aerosols are out and just don't do the job. Detergents dry sticky and attract new dirt. No Wet Wonder Foam is a scientific breakthrough that lets you clean any carpet quickly, totally, and without wetting. This specially designed applicator is lightweight, but up to the toughest job. Switch handles and Wonder Foam will perform its magic on upholstery you thought would never come clean. No Wet Wonder Foam can be yours on this special TV offer for $14.95, or save $10 and order 2 for $5 more. That's 2 for $19.95, and we'll include the applicator at no additional charge. If Wonder Foam doesn't work this easily and effectively for you, we will gladly refund your money. Here's how to order.
For rush delivery, call toll-free in the United States or Canada, 1-800-468-1313. That's 1-800-468-1313. Or send $14.95 for 1 bottle, $19.95 for 2 bottles, plus $5.95 shipping to No Wet Wonder Foam, P.O. Box 667, Department 246, Georgetown, Connecticut, 06829. Order now. That's 1-800-468-1313.
We now present our regularly scheduled program in its entirety.
On this week's show, we'll take a look at our games with Valparaiso and Louisville, and we'll talk with guard Jason Williams, and we'll hear from athletic director Dick Rosenthal. All that and more is coming up next on the John McLeod Show.
The John McLeod Show is brought to you in part by the Irish Sports Report, the nation's #1 publication devoted to Notre Dame sports. By your Honda dealer group. By Alka-Seltzer Cold Medicine. Relieves your tough cold symptoms, it's tough medicine. By StarCraft Automotive, setting the standard in luxury travel. By Gatorade. Gatorade Thirst Puncher satisfies your thirst and puts back what you need. Gatorade, it's all you're thirsting for. And by your local Lincoln Mercury dealer, Lincoln Mark 8, what a luxury car should be.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the John McLeod Show. And Coach, you certainly didn't want to end the season with 2 losses, but you can take some positives from the way your team played against Louisville.
Jack, we had a tremendous start, 14-0. We shot the ball well. The final analysis in the Louisville game was that they were just too powerful for us. We could not keep them off the board, and in that run that we had, they were missing. We were controlling the board. Then they continued to miss and got the offensive rebounds back for baskets, and that caused a problem for us. And to Jack, we threw the ball away, but overall, in the Louisville game, there were many positives that the Notre Dame club showed, and certainly that has to be something that we can hang on to for the following season.
Now, we do have another show next week, so we'll get into this a little bit more then, but the season is over. What would you like this club to do now between this point in time and when fall practice begins next November?
Well, Jack, really we have 8 months. basically 8 months off. So what I want to see our players do is certainly to work on their individual skills, to play as much as they can play, and to develop, to learn from this past season. And there were a lot of things to learn from, and to apply those things learned this past season to the upcoming season. And hopefully next year, Jack, will be a better ball club.
And you do have the opportunity once every 4 years, NCAA teams go on a European tour. This is your year. Probably couldn't have come at a better time.
Jack, it's great. We are going to go to France May the 10th and play in France and Germany. So that'll be about 13 or 14 days with a tournament concluding the trip. But even more importantly, Jack, is prior to the trip, prior to departure, we have a chance to practice for 7 days. So we'll practice time plus 7 or 8 additional games.
Folks, the final 2 games of this season were played this past week, and we'll be back to take a look at the highlights of the Valparaiso and Louisville games right after this timeout.
It's 30 below. You've got a cold, cough, you've got a real problem.
We've added the leading cough suppressant to the proven cold relief of Alka-Seltzer Plus.
I have no sneezes, no coughs, no runny nose. I took Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough this morning.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough. It's tough medicine.
I'd like to invite you to join me in June for the vacation of a lifetime. We'll be traveling to Ireland to play golf at the most famous courses in the Emerald Isle: Killarney, Lahinch, Ballybunion, Waterville, and others. We'll have our own Fighting Irish tournament with prizes for the winners. There's also a complete sightseeing program for non-golfers, including the beautiful Ring of Kerry tour and plenty of time for shopping. Join me as we fly on Aer Lingus directly to Ireland. For a colorful brochure, please call Travel Resources at 1-800-322-0052. That's 1-800-322-0052, and I hope to see you in June.
Hi, I'm Zach Rebikoff. You've seen my initial TV announcements, but now I need to give you a pro image umpiring update. The SOS program has succeeded in bringing cash earnings to New York City high school students, and has even expanded its number of programs in the area. With the tremendous interest from parents as well, we're now opening our umpire training to adults too. There's a tremendous need for baseball officials at all levels, with as much as $25 to $90 per game as the payoff.